go into the phone here. Oh,
that was fast. Hello.
Let me dial it up here.
We are live. Hello. That was really fast. StreamYard is on the ball tonight.
Ooh, I see us.
I'm going to have to refresh my phone here.
We're
live.
Right,
we're on. Hello.
Hello, everybody.
I can see us. You can see us, hopefully. Hello. Welcome.
I'm going to vogue a little bit.
We're on our old night, Jason.
Yes, I know.
It's been a minute since we've been on a Wednesday. But we don't have a sale tomorrow night on Thursday because Jason and Tina are going on vacation.
Yes, sirree. So we'll be heading
down.
What
day are you leaving?
We are leaving Sunday. So we'll be leaving Sunday. And then my mom comes down and stays here and takes care of the ranch while we're away. So
the cat ranch?
Yes. And I think when we come back, we'll finally be able to let Anna Banana out and roam free. So
fingers crossed that goes well.
I know. So, yep. This will be it for one full week. So you'll have to tune in next Thursday.
What did you think of the Midwest Holiday Show?
I still am.
I already talked to you about it, but the people have.
I'm still in awe. I had a fantastic time. I'm telling you guys, and I know a lot of folks that hang out with us for our live sales are holiday loving folks. If you guys are into holiday and you ever can, or you get near and can attend one, you need to, because they do have a lot of things that you're not going to find on eBay, and you're not going to find. You're going to have to go to a lot of antique malls and be on eBay nonstop.
Even you won't see some of that stuff at true antique malls. You will not see some of that stuff. And you can actually get up close and, really get up in some of the things that you just don't see.
And a lot of the folks that are selling, they were collectors themselves. So when they sell, they're selling some hard to find things that were rare when they found them. So it's really a fun place to. It's just fun. So if y'all can make it, I think the next one's November 2nd, Sunday, November 2nd.
Yep.
If you can make it, it's worth it if you're a holiday lover. And I'm sure that one will really be a lot of Christmas. But yeah.
This show and then last May.
Yes.
There was definitely more representation of some of the other holidays, especially heavy on Halloween for the May one because it occurs before Halloween.
Right.
And then I would think that there's more Easter stuff and Valentine's stuff at that one versus the November is like heavy on the Christmas, obviously. But
I think for myself with us selling, I think we sold 90% Christmas. It was 90% Christmas, and then the other 10 was a mix-up of the other holidays. But 90% of what we sold was geared toward Christmas. So that was just our personal our personal take on it. So it was good.
I filmed, we were there from open to we shut it down. We were leaving as people were setting up or tearing down their booths.
Yep.
So we were there for over 6 hours. And it took me about 5.5 hours just to get around to Jason and Tina's booth. There's just so much to look at. It's pretty bananas. So I can't wait to edit that video. I'm very excited to edit that. It's going to take a long time. I suspect that it's going to be well over an hour long once we get to it. I know Jason and Tina filmed behind the scenes too.
Yes. So. We did film. So I'll see. I think mine will probably go up Friday. So whatever I have is what we'll put out Friday. So we'll see. I hope everything that I filmed turned out okay, but we'll see. But I did film a couple fun booths. I filmed behind the scenes. You guys that aren't vendors there, you can see what goes on Saturday. And then I think mine will kind of lay the foundation then for Amie's. And I know Amie's will be more in depth from a shopper's perspective.
My haul that I filmed at the end of the video today, it took an hour to unpack everything, and it's a 20-minute haul.
Gotcha. So, that's what we bought. That I put everything we bought behind us.
Amazing. So that duck is so good.
I
was hoping between you, me, or Belle that one of us was going to get that. So.
And the stuff behind me won't be for sale. We tried to pick certain things for ourselves. We didn't want to buy a lot. So what we bought, we were very specific, and it was all keepers, for us. So, but it was fun.
No, Tracy, my allergies are crazy bananas.
Yeah.
Like they have been since the trees started budding. So my allergies are pretty bad right now.
And was it cold up there in Michigan? Like it was like freezing and raining here today.
Yeah, it frosted one of the nights. It did.
Ridiculous.
But it's supposed to be in this like 80s this weekend. So
yeah, ridiculous.
It can't ever make up its mind.
No.
All right. Oh, I'm gonna scroll all the way. Oh my goodness, all the way up to the top. Wow. Chatty. Okay. Really early bird, as per usual. Mr. William is first in the chat. It's a long way coming down the ladders. In your eye for a Wednesday. In your garden, I think that I would die. Thank you.
Willie's in the house.
He is. Willie's in the house. Lisa is here with us tonight. Hey, Lisa. Good to see you. And Tracy is here.
Hi, Tracy.
Terry is with us tonight. Hi, Terry, got your photos. They will be upcoming at some point for all your Christmas goodies. Let me see. Karen G is here. Hey, Karen. Karen's going to be our bid ender tonight. Thank you so much, Karen. Elaine has joined us. Hello, Elaine. And Janine is here.
Hi,
hey,
Janine.
Yes. Lots of good Halloween. Oh my goodness, the Halloween at the Midwest show was insane. Insane. Okay. I'm scrolling. Miss Debbie is here. Debbie. Thank you for the birthday card. It just came in the mail today. I didn't get a chance to message you, but thank you for the birthday card and the cute little kitty ephemera. Thank you. Gavin is here.
It's the one, the only. I'm a snapping. My fingers are cold tonight. I got to warm them up.
Warm up your snapping fingers.
Got to get these snapping fingers warm because Gavin, Grady Grupo Vintage Recordings, is in the house. Please make sure you follow this man right here on YouTube. He has a fun channel. He plays music. It's on vinyl. It's on a turntable. He drops all sorts of different knowledge about the music. So please make sure you are following him here on YouTube and over on Instagram. It's the same exact name, same exact logo. And I love him cruising in that 57 Chevy with his new logo. He's using it in some of his promos. So I am loving it.
Linda is here. Hello, Mama Linda. Let's see.
I love you, Mom.
I'm trying to set. There's my mom.
Hello, Mama Pam. Thank God for Mama Pam's cookies, because we rolled in there on Saturday without any food. Weren't even thinking about it because we ended up getting a nail in the tire, which is a whole nother story. So the day was all thrown off. Thank God for Mama Pam's cookies. That's all we had to eat until we met. Yeah. Until we met dinner. And
they make a good meal.
Yeah.
For all the butter. Linda, I'll talk about this when we get to the shipping part. I will read exactly what information that we have about that when we get to the shipping part. Joe is here. Hey, Joe. Welcome in. There's Miss Nan. Hey, Nan.
Hello, Nan.
Let me see. Kim is here. Hey, Kim. Welcome in. Sharon is here. Hey, Sharon.
Hello, Sharon.
Dusty Moose is here. She's on the loose. Hey, Dusty. Laura Daffodil Fields Finds was here.
It was so nice to meet you guys on Saturday. And Ryan, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. And thank you guys so much. It was so good. And I can't wait to see all you guys. And I will say, Amy, I know you said you encountered this. Just the sheer fact of bumping into folks that are in the community, whether they watch us.
I had at least 50 people stop me at the show. Yes. I stopped counting after that, but a whole lot of people stopped me and said something. So that was awesome.
It brings it full circle. And, being a reseller, being self-employed is not easy. But those events fill me with so much positivity that it makes any stress or anything bad worthwhile. You know what I mean? It just kind of says to me like, okay, yes, what I do is work. And when it's tough, that's okay. But after like Sunday and even setting up with some of the new dealers we met, it's so positive. And I just want to thank you guys so much, back at you guys so much for everything. It was just a really good, positive experience. And we can't wait to see you all again.
And so many people traveled from like yes. Las Vegas, California, Oregon.
Texas.
Ohio, like all around the
Yeah.
country, people came and said
Yeah.
something. So that was very cool. Very cool.
Mhm.
Melanie is here. Hey, Melanie.
Hello, Melanie.
Good to see you. I'm trying to. Lots of repeats. Heather's on a massive road trip out west. I just watched your video from you got to visit with Bree. I just watched that today. So and she found a Tiffany and Company silver napkin ring in a grab bag at a thrift store.
Man, I'm telling you, those thrift stores out there in the West are way better than what we got
huge,
here anymore.
First of all, those thrift stores looked massive. So hello, Heather. Good to see you. Let me see. Miss Shannon Farrar is here. Hey, Shannon. Good to see you. Brooke is here. Hey, Brooke.
Hello, Brooke. How are you?
Cindy Lou is here. Hey, Cindy.
Did you hear Amy?
Every week you remind me.
Thrifted treasures. Just making sure I don't want you to forget.
Minx is here. Hey, Minx.
Hi, Minx.
Good to see you.
Willie, all my hats made it there and back. No hats were lost.
You didn't lose any hats and leave them in Ohio.
Not this time.
All right, that's good. That's good. Heather Gibbs is here, and Ryan is here. Welcome in.
Hi, Ryan.
Let me see. There's Tina. Hey, Tina. Good to see you.
Been a while. Hello, Tina.
Joe, did I say hi to you? I'm not sure I did, but hi, Joe. Good to see you tonight. Let me see. Just everybody's talking to each other and saying hello. I'm just trying
to real quick. Somewhere, somehow, when I was in Indiana, I lost 2 of my hats. I don't know where they went. I called the hotel. Like, yeah, it was my favorite gray hat, and it was my ski cap, in case it got bitterly cold. Boom, bam, gone. Don't know where they are. Can't figure it out. Gone. Yeah.
Maybe they'll turn up in Bedford somewhere. Who knows? Brenda is here.
Still. Sure.
You're right. Brenda is here. Hey, Brenda.
Hello,
good
Brenda.
To see you. I just see everybody is just talking. Lots of repeats. I think I got everybody. If I missed you, I apologize. Definitely not on purpose. But welcome in, everybody, and anybody that's in the Lurkers Lounge this evening. If you want to say hi for your first time, definitely we have a lot of friendly folks down in the chat. And if anybody has questions as we go along tonight, most of you in the chat that I am seeing are very familiar with how the sales work. But if you have questions as we go along, definitely don't hesitate to ask. And not today, but a few days from now, we have a birthday in the house. Miss Tina. Tina, it's her birthday very soon. So happy early birthday to Tina. And I'm glad that we got to hang out a little bit this weekend. So
yes. Did you eat your pastries, Amy? Were they good?
Oh, the lobster tails. Yes, they're gone.
Yes. Okay.
They're long gone. Yes.
All right.
They were fabulous.
Good.
And they stayed nice and crispy for 3 whole days.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you for those.
Right.
Yes. Some Italian pastries.
Yes.
I mean, it might be controversial, but I like those better than cannoli.
Okay. Yep. I'd be with you. Yeah. I'm not a fan of the cannolis.
I think it probably just depends on where you get them from.
Yes.
You know, probably just depends on that. I just saw Wendy popped in here. Hey, Wendy.
Hi, Wendy.
Good to see you. Okay, let's briefly go over how the sale is going to work tonight. I know most of you are very familiar with that, but we will briefly go over that. And then we will talk about some things, changes for next week, because the Mother Tuckers are going to be on vacation. So we'll talk about some changes that are going to be coming next week. I will still be here, but we'll have some guests. Okay. So let me get my little slides here. All right. So first you want to make sure you're in the best version of the chat. So check and make sure you're in live chat, all messages, and not top chat. I saw in Misty and Michael's sale on Tuesday, there's now this like weird chat thing where they give you experience points for how active you are in the chat. I'm not sure if that's here on my channel.
No,
I didn't necessarily see that, but they had that on Tuesday. I was like, this is weird. And it just like, it gives you a little crown icon for how active you are in the chat. You like accumulate points like throughout it's really weird. But anyways, they couldn't get rid of top chat, but they added this weird chat competition thing. I don't know. So just make sure in live chat. Refresh often. We do encourage that throughout the sale. There's always going to be a lag here. Unfortunately, we can't make that go away. But the best tool that we have found, besides exiting out of YouTube completely and coming back, the quicker way is to tap on the screen. You can find the gear wheel icon, find playback speed, and hit 2 times as often as possible, especially if you plan to bid on anything. Do that before you type in any bids. That'll make sure you're live with us. And if you're lagging behind at all, if you hit that 2 times, we are going to sound funny until you're caught up with us again. We are going to be doing all auction style this evening. So that is, we'll have a starting price. I will pin it up on the screen. And if you're interested in bidding on the item, all you have to do is type your bids down into the chat. We will share any kind of item knowledge that we may know, any measurements, any kind of history that we know about the item. And we do our best to show any kind of issues to you that we have found while we're live here on the screen. So especially if it's a repair or a chip or something damaged, we'll show it to you live. And then you can decide if you want to bid on it or not. I will highlight the bids as I see them come into StreamYard here on the screen. And we will do a 20-second countdown. And the highest bid that I see come in before the bid end of Karen G on our end will be the winner. We do have to go by what we see on our screen to be the most fair to everybody. Your chat may look different than ours. Typically, you will see your own comments before others, but if you exit out and refresh, then it should refresh for you and show you the correct order. But that's why we have to go by what we see on our end, especially if we see some bids that come in after the bid end, which typically does happen, unfortunately. That's why we encourage you to get those bids in early so that does not happen. We are doing the just in cases tonight. If you're not familiar with how that works, it's usually easiest to find it play out live. But all that we ask is that you're an active bidder so that you've put in at least one straight bid on the current item. Then you're welcome to utilize it just in case during the countdown only. So that is the max amount that you're willing to pay for the item plus the letters JIC. Type that into the chat. So if the bid is at $20, but you're willing to go up to $50 on the item, you've put in your straight bid, and during the countdown, if you put in JIC 50, we'll bid you up $1 over the next highest amount. And if there's multiple just in cases put into the chat, do keep in mind that those turn into regular bids. Right now we have our emails up here on the screen. You can also find them down in the description of the video. I've also pinned them in a comment at the top of the chat. And my lovely mod squad does put them into the chat throughout the sale, so it's pretty easy to find that information. So if you're a winner of any items tonight, especially if you're a brand new buyer, you want to pay attention to this next slide. Or maybe it's been a while since you purchased from Jason or I, you can send us a joint email. We don't mind that. Or if it's been a while, just send it again. It's much easier to find it when we go to do our invoicing. So we do need an email with your YouTube screen name, your real name if it's different from your screen name, your full shipping address, and an email that we can send your PayPal invoice to. Jason and I both do our invoicing in PayPal. But if you don't have a PayPal account, that is okay. You can still shop with us. Just send us an email with all the same information. Let us know that you want to check out as a guest. When we send our invoices out, we can send you a direct link to that invoice, and then you can check out as a guest with any debit, credit, Venmo, Apple Pay, and PayPal. All right. And do keep in mind, once we do send our invoices out, payment is expected within 24 to 48 hours of receiving that invoice. And the last point is about shipping. So keep in mind that any winning item shipping is not included with that winning bid price. It is additional. We do both utilize Pirate Ship to get the discounted shipping rates versus full retail at the post office. So we pay a discounted rate. We pass that savings rate on to you guys. So you guys pay the same thing that we would for the discounted shipping. And it's calculated from your zip code, which is why your full shipping address is necessary, and the weight and size of your package from us to you. All right. And we do have shipping available to anywhere in the US and Australia. Unfortunately, right now, Canada is experiencing a postal strike. And I was going to touch on this real quickly, that I went to read an update in Pirate Ship on what it says. As of May 23rd, the delivery postal workers did opt to remain on the job to avoid major disruptions. However, some workers are still currently refusing to work, which may cause delays in deliveries. So there's not really a complete suspension. However, it does say that if you ship something out, it may be held, it may have major delays, it may not get delivered at all, based on the people that are still refusing to work. So as of right now, we are pausing shipping to Canada just so that there's no issues on people receiving their goodies or getting lost or returned. So as soon as we're able to, we will resume shipping to Canada. And I'll let Jason talk about that last point, and then we'll talk about when we're doing our invoicing this week.
If you purchase anything from me this evening, I own a brick and mortar in Ephrata, Pennsylvania. We're about an hour and a half west of Philadelphia. We're close to Lancaster, Pennsylvania. So if you guys are coming into Adamstown or you live near us and you don't want to pay shipping, you don't have to. You just have to let us know in an email, and we will invoice you just for the item or items that you purchase. And then once that invoice is paid, we will communicate via email on when and how you want to pick it up. Please, let's keep it in the emails. We don't want to gum up the sale chat with business like that in case, we miss something or something gets, wires get crossed. But we can hold things for, a considerate amount of time, whatever it might take, but within reason. So utilize that if that helps you guys save on shipping. We're happy to do it for you. And it also brings you into the brick and mortar to see our 40 great dealers who have spaces with us. Thank you, Amie.
Yes. So I ship from Michigan. I will be doing all of my packing and invoicing tomorrow. At some point, you will get an email from me when your invoice is out there in email land. I will just send it to you with a link. Everybody gets a link, whether you need to use it or not. So at some point tomorrow. And I may do a pop-up buyer's choice over on Virtual Antique Marketplace on Friday. I haven't quite decided if I'm going to do that or not, but just pay attention maybe to my community tab and Instagram if I'm going to do that. It'll be like early afternoon on Friday if I'm able to do that. So if you think you might want to come to that, if I'm doing it, just let me know when you send your email to me.
All right. I ship out of Pennsylvania, so please keep that in mind when it comes to the size of anything you purchase tonight. Not that it's a big deal. I will be doing all of my shipping tomorrow, like Amie, and invoices hope to be out tomorrow night. We would like to get all of our packages to the post office on Friday because I will be working at the store on Saturday. If we have to, we can take, Tina can take one last round to the post office on Saturday. But if they don't go out Saturday, we will not be back for a full week. So that means your packages will sit for a whole week until they can ship out. So if that's not, it makes me feel better as a seller to leave with everything out, because then I can come back to a clean slate. I won't be doing a sale for over a week and some change. So please, if we could just get them all shipped out, we would really, really feel good about it. But if there's a situation, please reach out and they can wait. It'll just be a week if we don't get it out by Saturday. So I think that's it for me, Amie.
Next week, since Jason and Tina are going to be on vacation, so 2 sales happening next week. On Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, Miss Ariana from the Withering Cottage is joining me for a sale on Wednesday. And then Thursday, 4 fantastic finds back on the normal day, but at 7 p.m. Eastern instead of 8 p.m. Eastern. So that's going to be a little different. Misty, Thrifter Junker Vintage Hunter, is filling in for Jason. So I anticipate it's going to be a kitschy palooza next Thursday.
Sure will be.
So
sure will be.
That's going to be fun. So 2 sales next week. I have not got those broadcasts scheduled yet, but I should in the next couple of days. So if you need to set notification reminders, they will be up there in the next couple of days for sure. But that's what's going on next week while the Mother Tuckers are at the Jersey Shore.
I will be lurking because watching you and Misty sell together is always so much fun. So
yeah.
I will be lurking or popping in just to see the fun next Thursday.
That's going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern, not 8 p.m. Eastern. Both sales next week are at 7 p.m. Eastern. I know that's a little different, but Misty asked if we could go at 7. I said, sure, no problem. Gotcha. No problem. So we'll just be on a little bit early next Thursday and maybe not go as late. So, all right. I guess we will get the show on the road. And I forgot to mention, we do have 18 rounds of goodies tonight. And I do have a community share, a shorter community share from Miss Caroline M. I have a few photos to share from her, just 3 for community share tonight. Okay. And hello, Bug and KB that snuck in there while I was running my mouth. All right. Good to see you guys. Okay. So Jason's going to have me go first.
Please.
As per usual. So let me see I was struggling to put like, what was my first item tonight? And I actually don't know. So let me see. We're going to start with, let's see. We are going to start with, how about a pair of kitties? Okay. And these are bone china. So you're going to get the pair. This is not for choice. I think they're stinking cute. I actually left these behind last year at a store, and I couldn't believe that they were still there when we went back when we were on our Elkhorn trip. So they were still there waiting, and they're darn cute. So I'm glad that they were still there. So you're going to get the pair of these. It is not for choice. And these are bone china. This one does have a little sticker on the bottom. It's upside down. It says bone china. So like the miniatures, like the bone china miniatures, but these are much larger than miniatures. Yes, meow, meow. And they're just the sweetest little kitties. 2 different kind of poses here. And I actually did see that there's 2 other poses for these cats as well. I do not know the maker for these. It does not say on the sticker. So I'm not really sure 100% on the maker for these. No cold paint that you have to worry about on these guys. And they have the little applied little rosebuds and leaves on the top of their heads. There's no chips, no damage or repairs on either one that I could find. They're just really, really nice condition. Measurement for them, they are 3 inches tall by 1 3/4 inches wide. I like this one here. It kind of looks like she's bashful a little bit with her arms under her chin. And then this one is just, she's patient. She's very patient.
I love these.
I had not seen these before, but in my research for these, I did see a photo where there were 4 different poses of them. So I see Miss Ashley is in. Hello, Blue Wildflower. Good to see you.
Hello.
Ashley has the high bid right now at 20. So we are looking for 21 or more, and I'm going to count them down. I don't know how bad the lag is this evening, but I would not wait too long to put in final bids tonight. Just so you don't get caught up in that lag, whatever it may be. All right. I just saw Kim and Beth pop in there with a 21. So we're looking for 22 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid at.
They look like the little cousins of the big rhinestone ones I have coming up later.
Oh. I guess I forgot that you had rhinestone cats.
They look like they're family.
They probably are related. All kitschy cats are related to some capacity. True. All right, bid end is in there from Karen. Thank you so much. All right, so both Kim and Beth had bids of 21, but Ashley did put in a just in case. So Ashley, they are yours for 22. Thank you so much. Hello, Deborah Williams. Good to see you.
Hello, everybody. My first item tonight, Amy, is going to start at $20. $20 if anybody's interested. Pardon me. I technically feel like he's new old stock because this little guy here has his original tag. It is around his beak. There's not many bad things to report, but I will say I think due to storage, there is a little tiny discoloration right back there on the back of his head. You can sort of see the largest is right there. Maybe a little bit of discoloration there. There is a teeny tiny little, I think maybe a little hole or start of one. It's not all the way through right there on his foot. Okay. Other than that, he is in superb condition. He's super cute. I believe he is a duck. I would probably try to work on popping his beak up a little bit. I think from storage, his beak is just down a little bit, but there's no condition issues. There's actually a wire here in the bottom part of his beak, so you can actually bend the wire up a little bit if you want to. So he's super cute. It says that he is made in Japan. So it says that he's made in Japan on his original tag. All licensing is good to go for Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, Ohio. And it says that he is filled with sawdust. So he is filled with sawdust. Also in his feet, I don't know if you guys can sort of see the outline. There is some wire armature in there. So if you bend the wire a little bit, you can bend his feet. He is a little butt heavy, but once you get him situated, he will sit on his own. So I'm not sure of the exact manufacturer of him, but I think he is a duck. He could fit into the bird.
I had him a couple years ago.
Did
I
you?
could not identify a manufacturer for him either.
Again, some of this here is actually fuzz from his hair, and he has this fun little like he almost has a Jason kind of cap on, one of the newspaper boy caps on. His hair does glow, so if you guys are into things that glow, his hair does glow. So the hair glows there, and the hair glows over here. So all of that does glow. There's no issues here with the little bow tie. It is all glued on and attached. And you can see his little buttons here on the front are in really good condition. There are no stains, no issues. Again, I thought he was super cute. I'd never seen one before. And since he's in such good condition, that's why he did start at $20. So there's no rips or tears. You can see maybe when they stitched him up a little bit, there was a little bit of extra string there. But again, he's going to look super cute with all of your kitsch, all of your stuffed animals. I think he'd look really great in your Easter display, or if you guys like Dapper, little stuffed animals. I don't think I gave you any measurements on him. Let me find those here. He is 7 inches tall. So he is 7 inches tall. And he's sort of like a felt. He's almost like a felt.
Like that brushed velvety kind of stuff.
Yes. So he's just really, really cute and really dapper. Again, here's the underside. You can see there are no stains there. There's just a little bit of wear right here. I don't know what that is. It's just a light little bit of green. I didn't want to clean him too much with fear of hurting anything, but honestly, I don't think that distracts from him at all. But I don't see any interest, and we'll put him to the side, and we'll keep it moving. Over to you, Amy.
All right. We are going to try and move quickly tonight just because of the amount of rounds that we have. So we're not here till midnight, hopefully.
Right.
I hope not. We've never went that late, except for the Christmas marathon. But that's a whole other thing. All right. Let's see. I have my next thing is something so Mama Pam and I last weekend, actually on my birthday, we got to go antiquing in like where Ohio, Pennsylvania, and West Virginia all kind of meet at the Ohio River. And we dipped into West Virginia for the first time ever. And I went to a sweet little antique place. And this was one of the things I got from there. And it's a little napkin holder or a hanky holder if you want, but I'm fairly certain that it was meant for paper napkins. But it's a little parasol. I just thought that was so stinking cute. And the napkins came in here with the little ladybugs and the 4-leaf clover in there, which I also love. The little paper napkins. So the little there's little holes that are drilled in the metal here that will hold the napkin when you put it in there, and it just, perfect for outdoorsy. But I thought even just like this, I thought was cute for a display thing. And it definitely looks like a little umbrella, or if you have it sitting in the corner. It's got a little metal base, and then it has a little plastic holder here for the tips of the napkins, and then a little metal piece here to hold all of them in place, and to form the little parasol. I just thought it stinking cute. There's no manufacturer on the bottom. I did see it has just kind of a screw to hold all the mechanisms together. I do think that it is definitely 60s, early 70s. I did see a couple different variations of this, different colors for the metal and the little handle. I saw blue ones, green ones, pink ones. So maybe 1 or 2 different manufacturers made these. or they got the rights to manufacture them after one stopped. But I thought it was dang cute. Also, a bonus with the napkins. Measurement for this, it is about 10 inches to the top of the handle. And I thought if you had either children's hankies or regular hankies, I think if you folded them like one of the napkin examples, you could get them to display in here and make a cute little hanky display out of this too if you don't want to use the paper napkins. But I just thought it was cute. Umbrella Ella. Yes, for sure. All right, let's count it down. I see blue wildflowers in at 19. So we're looking for 20 or more. I've never seen one of these before, so I had to get it. Jason, have you ever seen one of these?
No, never, ever.
I don't know. I wish I could tell you more about it, but that's about all I know or all I could find out about it. So let's count it down. We're looking for 20 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A bid end.
Definitely great for April showers. You can use that in that display.
And I love these napkins. I suspect that these are vintage napkins too.
Yeah.
Look, oh my gosh, look how cute.
Yeah, the clover.
That is.
Yeah.
I didn't unfold one. I had to see what the whole napkin. Both Jason and I are like paper weirdos, so I had to see
real
what
good.
Like, okay. All right. There is the umbrella bid end from Karen. Thank you so much. Let's see. I think Blue Wildflower. She is. Congratulations. You are my winner. Thank you so much.
$18, Amy. $18, and you're going to get both of these, and hopefully we have some kitschy dog lovers in the crowd here tonight. I love both of these sad little hound dogs. They are in good condition. They are made by Napco ware. I will show you one of them still has his original sticker, and you will get them both. Now, they are not made of bisque. They are made of ceramic, but they're made of that satin. So it's sort of like that satin soft kind of finish. They don't necessarily have such a high glaze to them. I think these little sad puppies would look great in a dog display. And again, you're going to get them both. And I think they actually have Joseph kind of feels to them. So here's the first one here I'm going to show you. And again, these little sad puppies are brothers.
Puppies.
Yes, exactly. I'm not going to break them up. They are going to stay together. No chips or cracks at all to them. You can see the airbrushing detail. We have a little bit of tan. And then it fades into almost like a black. This guy here, he still has his original Napco ware sticker on the back. So usually that sticker dates to the 1960s. So that's what I believe these are from. You can see that he has his original stamping on the bottom. You can even see how clean the ceramic is underneath. I believe these spent a long time, probably in a curio cabinet. They really didn't need a ton of cleaning either. So this guy here, these remind me of the dogs kind of sitting on the porch, kind of just hanging out. This guy here, he measures 3.5 inches tall. So he's 3.5 inches tall. They have little polka dots too. So you can see on the snout, then on the side, there are some little polka dots. But I would say the main colors on these, it's like a cream. The cream, hopefully my lights are showing, like it's mainly cream. And then it fades into like this golden, like brown. And then it fades into almost like a black. So here's his very tired, sad brother. Oh, these just are so stinking adorable. There you can see no chips or cracks. There is no sticker remaining on this guy. So I don't know. Maybe they didn't find a place to put a sticker on him, but he does not have a sticker anywhere on him. And he measures just about 4.5 inches across. So cute little sad puppy. Again, these were brothers we picked up, and I don't want to separate them. And I think they look really, really cute together. We'll sit them up here. Thank you, Kim. I love these cute little doggies too. And I think they would look really good in a puppy dog collection or just by themselves, or maybe give these as a gift to somebody. Maybe somebody has. Would you think these are like hound dogs, maybe, Amy?
They look like hound dogs to me.
They kind of look like hound dogs.
That's why I said hush puppies, because they look like the hush puppy shoe mascot dog.
Maybe you need a Father's Day gift. These would be cute. Maybe you have a hunter in your life, because these remind me of like the little hunting dogs that you would see with a hunter. So maybe they'd be great for a husband or someone that hunts or maybe a dad. So, all right, Basset Hounds.
Basset Hound. That's it, Melanie.
Absolutely. So we are in with Nicole. Thank you for 19. We're looking for 20. We are doing just in case you're active bidders. So let's go ahead and do a countdown. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. We're looking for 20 or more, or the bid end from Karen G. And you get both of these Napco wear 1960s puppy dogs. Puppy dogs. So thank you guys for the bids. We had Blue Wildflower with a just in case of 25, but Nicole had a just in case of 35. So Nicole, they're both yours for $26. Thank you so much, ladies.
Cute. Okay, I don't have a clue where Mr. Parmesan is. He is not up here. He napped under the bed for a good 4 hours today, and he's gone. He's not up here. But I picked these up in Elkhorn because they remind me of Parmesan. So they're little nesting doll cats, orange cats, and I will show you the whole set. So there's a whole set of 5 little nesting dolls, and you can see it's not like a super large set. This is the biggest one out of the bunch, and this one is 2 1/4 inches tall. Okay, so that's it for the outside cat. And he's got like a little, he's got kind of 3D ears going on and a little fishing pole with a fish. They painted all of the little legs and the arms, and then there is a little tail here on the backside. No marking or anything on the bottom. There is a huge booth, and she has like the Russian lacquered little boxes, and then she has a whole table of nesting dolls in all sorts of different varieties and sizes. And I've never purchased one of them from her, but I saw this one and I liked it. So that's the biggest one. And then I'll show you as we go down. Here's the next one. And this one, so the other ones don't have ears, but they are still fully painted. I know my camera is just really not going to cooperate here today. But this one's holding like another little fish in the hand. Still has the little tail painted on the backside. And then next, I'm trying to not lose all these parts, and I actually am glad that Parmesan's not up here because I worry about getting stuff like this that he will run off with it. Here is the next one. I know it's not focusing. They are really cutely painted, but my camera just doesn't want to show them off. So that one does not, they did not paint a fish on this one. So it's just the belly of the cat. Still has the tail and all the legs and everything. Green eyes. And they're not all going to stand up on the board either. Then we go really tiny. And this is not the last one either.
It's like a jelly bean.
Itty bitty. So this one just has little black dots for the eyes, not even green eyes. But still, there's still a tinier one. But the tiniest one, the tiniest one is under 1/2 inch. And it's not really painted like a cat. It's not even going to focus. It's like a tiny little bean.
Oh
and
my
it just has little tiny polka dots for the face, the nose, and the mouth, because they couldn't paint it that small, I guess. It's just a little bean. I can't believe that that's not lost. It's funny. So here they all are. One is already taken a cat nap, I see. So let's see if we can get it to stand up. Okay. There they all are. The little bean. It's just hilarious. So there they all are lined up. None of them have any kind of signatures or marking on them, but all good shape on them. Like I said, this one is 2 3/4 or 2 1/4 inches tall, all the way down to under 1/2 inch for the little bean cat. All right, so I'm going to count these down. Ashley's in at 16, so we're looking for 17 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. It's just hilarious.
Karen, you're right. You're right.
If Parmesan got the tiny one, he'd be the orange cat eventually. Passing. Yes. You're right. You're right with that. Definitely, Karen. Let's hope that that never occurs. All right, there is the bid end from Karen. Thank you so much. All right, Ashley did have a just in case in there, but she did not need it. Heather or Ashley, they are coming to you. Thank you so much.
All right, $14, and I have a variety of things tonight, so I don't have like just one good theme. I'm going to bounce all over the place.
I don't either.
$14. I cannot believe this still exists. This is, and it has a few condition issues, but I think it actually gives it a little more zest. I like it. So this is from the 1920s. It is an original candy box with this original like flapper Gibson style girl on the front. You can see that I think some people say that those are usually moth bites or worm bites when it's stored. Of course, it is clean now with no condition. You know, there's no worms here now, but right here. But this is paper over the box. And down here it says, "Love Me Chocolates." I'm not sure who the manufacturer is, but I thought this would be a really fun box to use in a display. So here are the sides of it. You can see there's a little bit of wear, but it is like a thicker paper. So here it says that it was a 1 pound net weight. So you can see, like I said, the little holes there. But if you guys are into early things, well, yeah. Well, usually, Dusty, I think that's what they say. I think there's little worms that sometimes get into ephemera and paper when it's stored. So that's usually what happens to it. But again, this is a nice early old candy box. Starting it at $14. Here, we'll take the top off. Hello, Stacy. Good to see you. You can see it still has some of its original paper lace in there. I love that. Again, this could be a fun box to put into your next year's Valentine's Day display. If you guys are into like antiques or into maybe Gibson flapper style girls, or these make good boxes to store your ephemera in. So $14, you can see that there's no splitting, which is amazing. That's in very good condition. Here's what the back looks like. So that's all covered with like, you know, almost like the lacquered paper like candy boxes are. Here is the front. Look at that beautiful woman there on the front.
She's beautiful. I love
she has
that.
a headband on there. You can see that she even has like, you can see she has one of those bracelets or the jewelry that they put around their arm there. You can see the pearls. And she has a gorgeous like white rose right there in the front. Again, I couldn't find any examples of this, but I do feel this is original from the 1920s. So I cannot imagine a lot of these still exist today. So let me give you some dimensions on it. It measures 7.5 inches tall. So it's 7. She is sassy. You can tell, Dusty. So silverfish, Debbie, you're exactly right. That's what does it to some of the paper. But I'll tell you, none of it's coming loose or anything. And I think this is an amazing piece of ephemera or even advertising. So 7.5 inches tall. So 7.5 inches tall. Thank you so much, Melanie. And it is about 3.5 inches across. Again, I didn't go deep, researching this to see what manufacturer it is. And a quick even Google image search, nothing came up, but I'm pretty sure this is an original candy box from the 1920s. And again, this would be a great piece. Hello, Nikki. Good to see you. I love the script down there. It says, "Love Me Chocolates." Amy, have you ever seen one of these style chocolate?
I haven't seen one like that. I was just thinking like it would look cute, like if you had a pearl necklace, or even like a little feather fascinator, like to display it on the box.
I was thinking this would just make a great little ephemera box to pop into your display if you want to. And again, this is original. This is not a reproduction. I do love the fact that it has those little issues as well. 14 and save it when okay, Karen, I will do. So we're looking for 15 or more. Absolutely. Yes, I will. Absolutely. So we're looking for 15 or more. Let's go ahead and start a countdown. Before I do, I think she gives me like flapper, like beach girl kind of theme when you have it. That's why I brought it too. It kind of would go with your bathing beauties, I think. It has that kind of look to me from afar. So let's count it down. We're looking for 15 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Again, No smells, no issues. We just have a little bit of that going on. But you know what? I feel like you need that so it gives you the authentic feel of how old this is. I mean, this is an antique. 100 years old candy box. Lisa Hughes right before that bid end. Who with the fast internet? So Lisa, it's coming to you for $19. Thank you both, ladies, and Karen, thank you so very much.
All right. Okay. I have a little pixie girl up for my next round here. And let me get her over here. Okay, there we go. And I have found a few of these over the years, but I've not ever come across the yellow one. Usually it's purple or pink I find for these. And this is made by Lego Japan. I wish my camera would focus. Camera, get with the program.
It's trying.
I know. It's like, it really wants to, but it just is not. But anyway, she is Bis Ceramic, made by Lego Japan. There we go. Now you can see her cute little face. So this originally would have been a little lidded dish. So this is actually the lid of the dish, and then there's a base for this. I just found the lid, which is, I have found them just the lids before, which is fine because it works just as well as a little flower pixie figurine. And the last one that I had was the actual box, and it was in purple. There's a whole series, I believe, of 6 different colorways of these. But she's just the cutest little pixie, and she does have wings, just like a Cupie. She's got little yellow wings back there on the back side, and her little hair up in a ponytail. And she's just sitting in this daisy like you do, naked as a jaybird, but you know, live your life. Do you, girl, do you. There's no chips to the piece at all. It's in good condition. Again, made by Lego, Lego, or I think Jason and Bill say Lego.
Yes,
they make it more bougie sounding. I've always called it Lego, like so Lego my Eggle waffles. That's how I've always pronounced it. And measurement for her, she is 3.5 by 3.5. All right, so it is just the lid to the little trinket jar, but she was worth rescuing, I thought, on her own. I think she's just darling cute. She would look great with other little pixies that have clothes on. For sure.
She would go well with those bug shakers, you know, like you sold the other week.
Yes.
You could mix that all in your display and you'd be good to go for spring and early summer.
I agree. Yes.
So good.
All right. So, yeah, she would, Willie.
Yes.
I know she have something that she sold in Buyer's Choice yesterday that was supposed to be, she had a little naked angel and she called it Little Naked Amie. I don't know why. Don't ask me why Misty Pate does some of the things she does, but
I'm sad I missed that.
Right. Okay. Dennis right now has the high bid at 19, so we're looking for 20 or more. I am going to count her down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, a bid end.
The way they say it, it's Leo Goldman, I think is his name. So that's why that's why it's supposed to be pronounced that way.
All right, there's the bid end from Karen. Thank you so very much. All right, it looks like Beth was in there with a 21, and Nikki did put in a just in case. So Nikki, she's coming to you for 22. Beth, I'm not sure if you saw the verbiage that was put into the chat for the just in case when you asked a couple rounds ago. So as long as you put in a straight bid, so your straight bid of 21, then when we start the countdown, you can put in the max amount that you're willing to pay for the item plus the letters JIC. So that's your just in case bid. So for example, so Nikki put in a bid of 20. So and then during the countdown, she put in the just in case. So then that would mean that her just in case would win her over your 21 bid, and she just is bid up $1 over. So Nikki would be winning for 22. Hopefully that makes sense. to you as you go. So as long as you put one bid in there, then you can try the just in case during the countdown as well. Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
All right, Amy, $20. I'm going to start this at 20, and I'm going from the 1920s to the 1960s. And this I'm going to call new old stock because this is one of the cleanest and unused versions of this that I have ever found, okay? This was put out by Max Factor. This is a little flocked kitty cat in a dome, and it has I'll show you without the glare on it, but there's a full bottle of the perfume there, okay? They made a couple different variations of this cat in different colors. Some of the other colors can go for much more than 20. If you're researching the black one, please keep in mind the condition of the dome. That will, tell you what it could be worth a little bit more. Also, if the perfume is full and if the cat has all of its details. This came from a cat collector. I don't think it was ever used. So I'm going to lightly take the dome off so the glare is gone so you guys can see. This is a little plastic cloche or little plastic dome that is original to it. It has no cloudiness, no scratches. If you guys are into black cats, this might be great for your Halloween display. Or if you guys collect new old stock perfume, it has the original little perfume bottle in it right there. And that is completely filled up to the top. So if you get on eBay and you start to research how much these are worth, I would just recommend that please just pay attention because a lot of these ones that are going for, $5 or $10, there's no perfume left. Or the cat's missing a rhinestone, not both sets of pearls, and not the big fur tail, which is a real feather, a colored feather, is back there as well. So let me show you guys here as I almost drop it. The little bottle sits here right in between the kitty cat's hands. There you go. So the kitty cat's hands are like flocked cardboard, which the whole cat is flocked. And then that just fits in there snugly. So you could pull that in and out if you want to. So I'm going to put the dome back on so that I can show you all the detail. And if it moves, I don't want it to fall and break. So thank you, Ryan. I see you so much for 20. We're looking for 21 or more. Here you can see the font for the Max Factor. I was trying to figure out exactly what cologne or perfume was in here. The only thing on mine it says Golden Woods back there. Okay, so there was a couple that had different names. I was trying to buckle down if they had just one specific perfume, but I have a feeling that they had different style of perfumes all in these same little cloches. With the dome on, the piece measures. Thank you guys for the bids. I see you're 21. Kim's in with the 22. Ryan's back in with 22. So we're looking for 23 or more. Yes, Tracy, give me 1 second here. There's what the bottom looks like. There's absolutely no damage to the cardboard bottom. So that's just a typical cardboard bottom, like, a lot of the different perfumes or hats or, jewelry came in. And this is all cardboard up here as well. So with the dome on, it measures about 6 inches. The cat's about 5 to 5.5 inches. Okay. And this one has the yellow rhinestones, both of its pearl necklaces, a full bottle of perfume. Some of the really hard ones to find they did like a lime green one. The pink one's always been a great one. They did like a blue and a couple others. But the black cat is always my partial favorite because it was one of the first ones me and Tina ever found together. So
I never see these.
I got this one in an estate because there was a cat I wanted for Tina. And again, this one came from this collector, and she had some really, really crazy cool mid-century cats. And boy, did they go high. And I know they were well taken care of. In this one, I lightly dusted the top, and that's all I had to do. So again, I just want you guys to see it is a full bottle because there's a gnarly glare there. Let's do a countdown. Ryan's in at 25. Thank you so much, sir. So we're looking for 26 or more. And just in case can be used for active bidders. 20, 19, 18, 17. She is elegant. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. And when I ship it, I'll put some tissue paper around her. We'll make sure the perfume lid's on nice and tight, and we'll get her shipped to you nice and safe. So Ryan's in at 25. Right before that bid end, he had a just in case of 61. So Ryan, sir, congratulations. Coming to you for $25. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Okay. I haven't had any chain critters in a little while. These did come from Elkhorn. And I actually, before we left for the Midwest show, I still had stuff I hadn't unpacked yet from Wisconsin. And I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot. So these guys are super cute. Meow, meow. I've got some chained kitties tonight. And these are really good condition. I don't think I've ever had this particular set before. And as far as my research could tell me, these are made by TMJ. I do know that there are some salt and pepper shakers in the same style of cat, like Mama Cat. And there's also some smaller figurines as well for these. But I do have the chained family, and little kittens have not went off to kitten college yet. They're still hanging around Mama. No chips. There is some crazing on here. And they do have the little tufts of applied like rabbit fur on their heads. I see Ashley. Thank you so much. And even the little baby kittens have a little bit of fluff left on their heads. Not as much as Mama, but there is some still there. And I don't believe that there were ever any applied to the tails. Some of the other chain families, sometimes they have fluff on the tails and around the neck, but I don't see any indication that they ever had that there, just on top of their heads. And the chain appears to be in good condition there. And again, no chips or repairs on any of the little cats. And then they're just stripy. I'm going to try and turn them around the back so we can see. These always make me nervous trying to show these. But they're just like an orange and brown kind of stripy cat. That is just some like sticker residue that was on the back of them when I found them. I will take that off before we pack them up. But Mama Cat, I'm going to give you some measurements. These aren't definitely not the largest chain families I've ever had, but they're a good size. Mama is 5 inches tall by about 3 inches wide, and both of the babies are 2 1/4 by 1 1/4. All right. Darling cute. Again, I believe made by TMJ Japan. Okay. So I'm going to count them down. Ashley's got the high bid right now at 28. We're looking for 29 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Meow, meow. Bid end.
I love these. I never saw these before.
They're very cute. I like them too. If they're deer, I probably would have kept them.
They're good.
They're not. Okay. Waiting for Karen's bid end to come in there. I haven't seen it yet. And there it is. All right. So it looks like Ashley had a just in case of 35. Nikki had a just in case of 38. But Ashley got back in there with a just in case of 40. So Ashley, they are yours for 39. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Nikki, your 41 did come in after the bid end. And hello, Miss Wanda. Good to see you.
Hello,
Thank you so much.
All right. $12 choice. And a few things tonight I didn't preview. So there'll be a few things that I didn't have enough room on my shelf to show. Now, bunnies aren't just for Easter, and it's been a while since I've had some of these psychedelic wild bunnies. So it's going to be $12 choice, and this will be your first bunny to choose from. They are both made in Japan, and they are evil, cute, kitsch, all wrapped up into one vinyl pleather goodie. So $12, this is going to be your first one. You can see this little guy has a chubby little face. He actually has pink eyes. There is a little bit of like discoloration, like a line or so. I didn't try too hard to clean off, but they both, and you'll see the second one in a moment, they have the wire armature in the ears, so you can go ahead and bend them however you want. Now, some folks can take or leave these. I think they're cute. They might even be creepy enough that's that cute, creepy little bunny you put out for Halloween. I don't know. There was a piece of tape that was stuck pretty good to his ear there, okay? So I did my best to remove it without hurting him. But as you can see, it was a nasty, nasty old piece of tape, which did do a little bit of wear there to the inside of his ear. So they both have their original little Japan labels on them. So let's see if we can show you here. It does say that it's made in Japan. It started to focus. There you go. Made in Japan. Super cute little bunny. Pleather. He has that turquoise little belly. He's pink all the way around, and he's got a fluffy little tail. So the way he sits, he measures just about 8 inches tall. So 8 inches tall. And again, you can go ahead and you can bend these ears however you want. So if the pink one doesn't suit your fancy, I have this crazy looking little yellow one. You want to talk about? Look, some folks can take it or leave it. I love him. I think he's super cute.
I love his big like whiskers, like the felt like cheeks, I guess.
He's like, I had too many carrots, you guys. I had too many carrots, but you know what? It's kitsch. It's a stuffed animal. It's supposed to look this way.
He's amazing.
Again, the ears are bendable, so you can bend them however you want. I know. He's a hi, you guys. Like, hi. But there is no issues. And actually, that's the way it's attached. You can see back here, it is attached, just slightly crooked. He is, and I'm here for it, the derpy little animal. So
I love that. You
can see where they gave him a little bit of fur right there. He has his fun little bow tie. He's got a very Easter-colored belly. But again, these bunnies don't need to be out just for Easter. And then again, you can see if we can tilt it here. He's made by the same manufacturer, and he's made in Japan. So they both have their original little string whiskers, so that's intact. But again, these are two little derpy fellas that look. He's and he's a hi. Hey, you
They're
guys.
in cahoots with each other.
They are. And his eyes are pink and green. So I don't know if you guys can see the
He's
green.
had too many Cadbury eggs.
Absolutely. And I would say that some of that darkening is probably discoloring from the glue. That's what I'm suspecting that is. But these guys are in super good condition. Thank you, Dusty, for the 12. I was touching him in all the naughty areas. So it'll be choice between, and they were brothers. They came from the same estate. It'll be yellow or pink. So 13 or more. Let's go ahead and count them down. It is on choice. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. We're looking for 13 or more. The bid end for Karen G. Looking for Karen G. Now, you could probably relax his face a little, but that's the way it's applied. It's applied with a little bit of arc to it and curvature. So, again, two super cute little bunnies. There's the bid end. Thank you, Dusty, for $12. Did you want Mr. Yellow? Did you want Mr. Pink? All right, Dusty. These are going to be the bad ones with your good ones. So they're coming your way, Dusty. Thank you.
Got to keep the Miss Cretan bunnies together. Yes. For sure. Hello, Vanessa. Good to see you. Okay. I have a harder to find figurine for my next round. I've never run across one of these ever in the wild. This was something I got over the weekend at an antique mall. And this is made by Napco. I have seen these referred to as a couple different things, the Southern Bells or Miss Dainty. I've seen them both ways. Now, she is the figurine, and they also made these into perfume bottles. And the way that you can tell the difference, they look exactly the same, except for the perfume bottles have like a little lip of ceramic around the neck area, and then her head lifts off for the perfume. I did grab my Napco book to show you what I'm talking about here. Here we go. So you can see, so this would be the perfume bottle. Her head actually comes off as the perfume dauber. And then there's kind of a little lip up there where her head sits in there. And I have seen those before where they actually glue the head in. But this is actually just the figurine. So they did do figurines and the perfume bottles both. And they come in 3 different colorways. They come in pink, yellow, and blue for both. And she's in excellent condition. Besides a little bit of crazing, she does not have any chips or repairs to her. There's a lot of possibilities for both of those things on her, but she's in excellent shape. And she still has her original little beaded pearl necklace. They did this with some of the lady head vases Napco did, include the pearl earrings and necklaces. And she's holding onto a little parasol. She does have pops of gold on here. So this is the pink one. It is kind of more like a lavender pink. like a mix between pink and purple to me, but this is the pink one. And she is from 1956. I'll go ahead and show you the bottom. And so she's Napco 1956. The perfume bottle ones they actually produced in 1958, a couple of years later. But she's just in excellent condition. I have never run across one of these figurines before, so I had to bring her home with me. I thought she's perfect for spring and summertime, perfect for a little display. And I like that they gave her a blue flower up on her hat instead of the pink or the purple. Just a little bit different pop of color. And Debbie, are you really lagging behind, or did you type in something different? I don't know. Okay, she deleted it.
Yeah.
All right. I wondered because I was like, oh no, somebody's really caught in the lag. I haven't seen that happen on. Oh, William, you got one of the perfume ladies. Yeah. And I can't really tell you that there's much issues with her at all. So I will go ahead and bring her back at the recap, and we'll get Jason going.
All right, Amy, $24, and you're going to get both of these, okay? You get both of these. They're both in very good condition. I'll hold them up, and then I'll show them to you individually. So you'll get both of these. They're from 1969. They're made by the Miller Studio Company. So these are chalkware wall plaques, and these, of course, are little snooty pooties standing on their hind legs. How much more? Wait, Amy, you got a 36. Go ahead.
I got the lag. I see you, Beth. Yeah. All right. Let's count it down for Beth. We're looking for 37 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end.
I didn't know what I had. I have a blue one of those, and I never knew what it was. I got to see if mine is a perfume.
All right, bid end is in there. All right, Beth, I saw your just in case, but you didn't need it. Congratulations, he is yours for 36. Beth, I think that you're a new buyer to me. Just to make sure and send me your information during the sale tonight, so I have it for sending your invoice out tomorrow. Thank you so much. All right, Jason, I'll get you back.
Thank you. You'll get both of these for $24. Now, what is a good selling point for these is that there are no chips. Sometimes the chalkware can get a little chippy. Both of them have their original hangers, so they're ready to be hung on the wall. So let me show them to you up close. Again, for the 24, you're getting both poodles, okay, both of the wall plaques. So they would have sold as a set, so we'll keep them together as a set. You can see there's great detail here behind. Little Puda has some gold details here on the hands and on the nose. There is gold detailing all the way around the piece. And back here in the back, the best part is it still has its little original hanger, okay? If those hangers make you nervous, these do sit well in plate stands, or you can do a little E3000, and you can put another hanger on it if you want to. But we hang ours as long as the original one seems like it's in good condition, and both of these do. So you can hang it. They're ready to be hung right on your wall. So they do face each other. So this one right here, it's actually facing to the right, okay? And this one is facing to the left, all right? Not that it really matters because you're going to get them both, but just for sake of showing you on screen. It is embossed here on the side. These are from 1969. Like I said, they're made by the Miller Studio Company. These are getting a little harder to find. They didn't make a ton of poodle things. They made like a silhouette of a poodle. They made the squared 50s ones that are pink and turquoise, and then they made these. So if you're into if you're into chalkware, you'll really enjoy these. So again, no chips or cracks. Each one of them measure about 8 inches tall. So about top to bottom is 8 inches. And then it's about 5 inches here in the middle. So these range all over on eBay as well. But again, if you look at the listing, some of them have damage. Some of them are missing paint. And some of them are missing their hooks on the back. If you're wondering what those staples are, when you bought these originally, they were actually stapled to cardboard, and that's how they were held in their box. So a lot of times folks didn't pull those staples out. They just kind of pulled it out of the cardboard and hung them straight on the wall. So Here is the other one. Again, they're in very good condition. If you guys are into the French, like very 1950s style poodles, maybe a little bit of paint wear right there. These are definitely for you. And I love the kitsch factor that they're actually standing on their hind legs. So
I have only seen these in a pink background. I've never seen them with the black background.
We have the silhouette ones. We have those that are just the faces.
Yeah.
We've had the pink and blue ones. I think we've since sold them. I never had a set of these for myself. So this is the first time that I've ever had this set. And yes, out of the sets, this one doesn't come around all that often. You can see this is still kind of remnants of what was attached to it. Because like I said, they would have been attached to like a cardboard background, and then most people just right off and hung them on the wall. So again, they are the cleanest ones that I've ever found. They're in very good condition. You can display them this way or the way I showed them to you. I kind of like them, one up, one a little down, but they're super cute. And again, you're getting them both. So Tracy, thank you so much. I see you're 24. We're looking for 25 or more. Let's go ahead and do a countdown. And you can use just in case if you're an active bidder. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. If you have some of the ceramic Lefton ones, they're going to match well together. Maybe you have some other poodle wall art. These are just really, really fun. And these are from 1969. These are kind of their last poodles, I think. So I think the other ones we just talked about were before this. So there's the bid end. Tracy, thank you so much. It's going to look so good with your poodle collection. Thank you so much. Congratulations,
Tracy. Those are good. Yeah, I've not seen those. Okay. This is going to be my highest item of the sale tonight. And I have had one little plushie. I think it was last year by Commonwealth. I believe it was a bunny that I had. But look at this little birdie. I guess it's a duck. But I just thought it was the sweetest thing ever. And look at her little feetsies. I love a good felt feetsies on the little plush. And so she has a little rubber beaky. So cute. She's in excellent condition. It's all white for the bottom of the body and the tummy, very nice and clean, and then light butter yellow for the rest of her. No moth holes in the felt at all, no staining. Here's the bottom, also no staining. Very, very clean and nice condition. She's made by Commonwealth Creative Playthings, so she does have her original tag there, and I believe this is her original little, it's kind of like a very light purple little ribbon that is around her neck, and also the same coordinating little ribbon with flocked millinery flowers up into her hair. Rushton also did this kind of stylizing with the little millinery flowers, I have noticed. And then she has black little plastic button eyes with some blue eyeshadow going on for her little accents. She's just darn cute. I absolutely love her. She's not super large, I would say. She does measure 6.5 inches tall and about, well, I would say like at her wings, she's maybe closer to 5 inches with the little wings if they're kind of outstretched like that, like she's flapping away. But then she's probably a little bit smaller, more like 3 inches if her wings are not out. But really nice and clean. She doesn't feel like she's sawdust stuffed. She's definitely stuffed with some fiberfill. And actually, if you guys saw my like restoration little video I did around Easter time, there's some weird stuff inside these plush. It kind of looks like people just swept the factory floor and like stuffed all that in there. But she's just super nice. Does not have a floppy neck or anything like that sometimes these can get. And I really don't think that she has much issue at all. No funky smells. I did just smell the duck butt on camera.
I love her.
No real issues with her. I just absolutely love her. Quack, quack, quack. But I'm going to bring her back at the recap and we'll get Jason. Oh, I see Caroline. Caroline just popped in there in the nick of time. All right, Caroline. I'll count it down for you. Caroline, did you hear me say that you're the share tonight? So we're going to count it down. Oh, Wendy just popped in there with a 41. All right, so we're looking for 42 or more. I'm going to count her down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whack, whack. Bid end.
My God. I love the little rubber beak. I love the big millinery flowers.
I love everything about that. She was a happy find on the way to Wisconsin. Okay. There is that bid end. Hello, John. Good to see you. From Karen. So at the end there, it looks like Wendy had a just in case of 45. Miss Caroline had a just in case of 47. So Caroline, little ducky friend is coming to you for 46. Thank you so much.
I'm so excited to offer this. I've had this idea for a while, and it's going to be $30 if anybody's interested. So we're past Memorial Day. It's time to start decorating for the 4th of July and for the patriotic summer months coming up. And I have a antique little composition. She's made of wood.
Oh my
gosh.
Little
naked doll, and I gave her a little Uncle Sam hat. So for your $30, you're going to get her. I sold one of these about a year or two ago, and the body is made of wood. And mine was split on the sides because you can see where it's kind of jointed. I'll show you up close when I take her hat off. I had to turn my video off because her hat fell off and tumbled across the room. But I
wondered what happened. Okay.
I got her hat. So let's take her hat off. So you get that. That's a very contemporary style hat. Okay. And if you're so inclined, you can try to go ahead and rubber band that around her chin if you want to. So every time I find one of these composition dolls, they're usually bald and missing their hair. I know Heather, she's almost like the copper tone baby. This one's accepted. So her hair is original. There are a few bobby pins in to hold up her curls, which I left. I kind of like that look to her. I do believe the doll here is from the late 20s or early 1930s. I love her little belly. I love the kind of weathering to the flesh.
Ooh, I love the crackling on that.
I do too. You can see where it is jointed there for her arms. So her arms are movable. I will show you in a minute. She's going to come with the little, and this is vintage as well. This is like not one of the new ones. That's a vintage little pick, and it does rest in her hands once she's held still. So that will come with her as well. Here, I'll show you all the great details. She even has a lot of paint left on her feet. The other one I had almost had no black left on the feet. You can do whatever you want with her. I would use her and decorate her for all the holidays and find a different hat. Again, the arms are movable. There's no damage to the hands, just paint wear. And I love the paint wear, although what still remained was her fantastic rosiness to her cheeks. The mouth paint is still original, and all of the eyes are in super good condition. So she measures the way she stands. She comes in just at about 15 inches tall. So the way you do it is you just rest it in there and it will stay there in her hand. Okay. So if you want to attach it, you can. Now you go moving her around, it is going to fall out. But I thought between that, you take the little Uncle Sam hat, pop that on there. You got yourself a little Yankee Doodle dandy right there for the upcoming. Now, you know, Amy and Ariana, and there's a lot of folks in the community that can get crafty. This is as crafty as Jason can get. And I think the hat just looks adorable.
The hat is good. It's a good size for her.
I think it is a good size. Now, let me just show you real quick, and then we'll get into the countdown. This is what her hair looks like. The hair's in very good condition. Some glitter is stuck in there from the hat. There are one or two little pieces in there I will try to pluck out before I ship it to you, but you can see the bobby pin right in here. And then there's a little bobby pin over there. This kind of reminds me almost like of a Kate Smith style face. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like the almost Betty Boop-ish, very, you know, flapper girl kind of.
It's very kind of has some Cupid undertones too.
Exactly.
Painted.
I didn't do anything to her. This is the way she was found. And what I know about her is these are always considered the early carnival dolls. And then I believe they came naked, and then it was up to you to dress them how you wanted. So let's go ahead and put her hat on. We're going to try to rest her flag in here while I do a countdown on her. Catherine's holding it at
Brooke
30.
said you could, at Halloween, you could put Halloween picks in her hand. And then
oh, my God, yes. Oh, my God, absolutely.
Halloween costume.
This is, instead of your goose on the porch, this is going to be your girl. This is going to be your girl on a stoop. Okay. So you can do whatever you want with her. And she's in really good condition. Both arms move. So 36 or more. And let's start the countdown just in case for active bidders. As I drop the flag, I'll get it. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. And I almost got that around her chin last night, but I didn't want it to smack me in the face. So the new owner, if you can get that to stay, you can do it. But I just tucked it up under, and I think it just looks good, just the way it is with the string under the hat. And we'll give you the flag and all. Dusty has it just in case of 50. Jamie had a bid of 38. Got you for the bid end there, Karen. Thank you so much. So Dusty, $39. She's coming to you. Thank you so much, and congratulations.
Congratulations. Karen, did you see how those emojis came in? They're American flags on my phone, but it shows as bid end
That's why I had to look, because I was like, what does it was very weird.
I had to look at my phone to figure out what those emojis were. That's funny. Okay. This is really cool. This was something I got over the weekend as well. And I have had the smaller version of this, but I've never had the larger version. And this is in pretty darn good condition. And this is made by J. Chien, and it is tin litho. I'll show you the bottom. All right, so there's the J. Chien marking there, made in the USA, tin litho. And it's a little basket covered with nursery rhymes. So the smaller version of this has a pink inside, and this is the larger version. Now, really the only, there's just a couple little spots of patina on the inside, but for the most part, the outside is just fantastic condition. So these actually command a much higher dollar. These larger ones, actually both of them do. They also were famous for the little bunny pulling the cart, and they made lots of other tin litho things, pails and that sort of thing. But it's covered with nursery rhymes all the way around. So we've got Peter Pumpkin Eater here. We've got Little Bo Peep, and look at her tiny little sheep looking over the fence in the background. And then we've got Hey Diddle Diddle, the Cat and the Fiddle, and then they repeat again on this side. But you can see what nice shape this is in. It's very nice and shiny, very minimal wear on it. It is 8 inches in diameter, and then 8 inches tall to the top of the handle. And although the handle can fold down as well if you don't want it to be like a basket style and more of a bowl kind of thing, but you can have it up here. It's just really, really nice condition. Usually these are in locked cases at antique malls if I ever see any of these. And I don't know, I just thought it would be a really cute display piece, especially if you have nursery rhyme related things that go with it. Like I have this little lady coming up a little bit later that she is in the style of Bo Peep that I think would be cute to match with it. But I usually don't see this big one. It's usually the smaller one if I see one, rather than this one. And cute for an Easter basket too, for sure, since we're past Easter at this point. But I don't think it's very Eastery because of the nursery rhymes that are on here. I think it's more of an everyday kind of cuteness. Jason, I know that like you've seen these before, but
I've never seen one in this good of condition. And if you have those nursery rhyme books, like even like the Ruthie Newton books, if you had them behind that and then sat that in the front, I think they're going to play off each other beautifully.
That would look really cute. Or some dollies in there, plush or whatever. I think it's a multi-purpose kind of thing. Absolutely. But we will go ahead and bring that back, and we'll get Jason on going here so we can keep it moving. All right.
All right, $24, and you're going to get everything I'm going to show you, because this is going to be like the late night infomercial, but wait, there's more, okay? So what you see doesn't meet the eye until you hear, wait, there's more. So $24, you're going to get this vintage, and this is made by Stylecraft, okay? So this in and of itself is a collectible recipe tin. Okay, it's in very good condition outside of a little bit of patina up there, so you have a little bit of rust starting, but I sort of like that. I think, Amy, you had one sort of like this the other week, but yours was pink.
Yes. Yeah.
Kind of close. So this
similar,
is like,
but I don't know if it was the same pattern, but yeah.
Gotcha. So for 24, you're going to get this, and these are fun. These can go with all different sets of Pyrex. Some things cross over, and then we have this over here on this side. So you have like the teapot, you have some of the double boilers, you have sort of like a footstool here, you have some of the cast iron little trivets here. Then up here on top, that repeats as well. Again, there is a little patina, but wait, there's going to be a little bit more coming here in just a minute for your $24. So there is the other side. They did not do anything to the back. And here on the bottom, you can see it is made by Stylecraft. And that's supposed to be there. That's part of their logo, but there is some wear. So not only for your 24, you're going to get this fun recipe box that alone usually sells for 24, but it is full with Gam's recipes. So you have a recipe box completely filled with somebody's recipes. They are complete from everything from breads and pastries to desserts to fish. And I'll give you an example of some of them. Some of them are hand written. Some of them are typed. So this one is chicken a la king. So somebody actually hand typed that, chicken a la king. So for your 24, you're getting the recipe tin. This is chock full of recipes. Here are some of the handwritten ones, if you bear with me. They're all on index cards. So here's your string bean casserole. So there she hand wrote your string bean casserole. There is a little bit of wear to it, but you can tell each year
green bean casserole.
They were pulled out. So this was somebody's go-to each year. And then in the front pocket, you have where you're going to get some of these fun little cutouts for different cookies and some different baking things there. So I remember there was a time when folks went nuts when we had these recipes. I don't know if it's as popular as it once was. Oh, I didn't realize this was in there. You're going to get an original Corningware advertising book.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow. So what does this advertise? This advertises the very traditional cornflower pattern, but it comes with the recipes. So it gives you all sorts of different recipes. This one gives you the Italian meatloaf. I never heard of Italian meatloaf. So, but wait, guys, there's more for your $24. This came with it. This is also her recipe tin.
Oh.
This one is chock full with even more recipes in it. I'm not going to show you what's in here because that's going to be your surprise if you enjoy handwritten recipes.
Wow.
So for your $24, you're getting this one chock full with handwritten recipes, both from the same estate, from the same woman who
that is full too.
I think passed away. That is so full that it's actually that they're spilling out. So for 24, you're getting this green one full with recipes. So that's filled with recipes. I will give you an idea of what's in there. Some of the things they say, cookies, biscuits, all sorts of desserts. So that's going to come with it. That's an unmarked little recipe tin.
You're making me hungry.
But you'll get that as part of the $24. And then you're going to get this fun, very collectible Stylecraft one as well. And that is chock full with her recipes as well. So it's the same ladies go-to. She must have been one heck of a cook, to have two recipe tins full of it. So before I move on, here's what you're going to get one more time. This one is going to be a surprise for you. This one is chock full. I wouldn't be surprised if this doesn't have a few hundred recipes in it, okay? That probably has a few hundred recipes in it. These are recipes you're never going to get anywhere else. They're probably one of a kind, probably family passed down. You can tell that somebody every day or every holiday was pulling these out to cook with. Then you're also going to get this one. This alone sells for the $24. It is the Stylecraft. Just has a little bit of wear, and this one is full with her other recipes as well. So I don't know if one was her beginner and then she had to graduate into a second one. Before I count them down, the dimensions on both recipe tins, in case you guys aren't familiar with the size of these, they measure just about 5 inches across. Then they measure about 3.5 inches tall and then about 3.5 inches deep. So these ones right here are very collectible. Yes, we have some rust here, but I think we can overlook the rust because you're getting somebody's life of cooking right here. So Ashley, thank you for the 24. Again, you're getting both of them Let's count it down. We're looking for 25 or more. This is great for a newlywed, someone that just got married, someone that just moved into a house. A lot of folks are going back to the old style of cooking. So 25 or more, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end. And this is kind of a military green style, if that helps you guys. Kind of military green. This one is heavy. This one is full. It's busting at the seams. So there is the bid end. Thank you so much, Catherine. I agree. Ashley, enjoy. Thank you so much, Ashley. They're coming to you for 24.
Did you see Ashley's comment?
No, I did not. I just got my mom's amazing collection. She also had family cookbooks of 100 different family reunions. And awesome. And these are going to go great with them, Ashley.
That's cool.
Thank you for saving these. Thank you so much. And we saved them because they would have been gone. So thank God they'll live on, Ashley.
Okay. I've got some salt and pepper shakers for my next round. These are going to start at 16. I had a different colorway of these a few weeks ago. I found another one of these. I think this was from the Wisconsin trip, if I remember correctly. The little Ladybug that is on the flower. And this is a different colorway. I believe the flower that I had the last time was pink, and this one is yellow. And I think I talked about this the last time, that these tend to get separated quite a bit because people usually didn't realize that the ladybug didn't go with another ladybug, that it actually was supposed to set up on that flower. So I'm happy to always come across these when they have the completed set. There's not any notable issues I can tell you about besides a little bit of crazing on the ceramic. We'll turn the ladybug around. So she's got like a deeper kind of navy blue flower for her little hat, and then her little wingies there, and then she is kind of hanging onto a little leaf. And then the yellow flower here has kind of a green center, and the holes for the shaker are on the back of the flower there for that one. Cork bottom for this one, but sadly no stopper on the ladybug is present there, but that's pretty easily replaced. Cute to display next to each other, but they are meant to be little stackers there. So measurement for these, the flower itself measures 3 by 2, and then the ladybug is 2.5 by 2.5. But really super cute. I love those. They did make figurines in the same kind of ladybug style as well. Besides shakers, there are some figurines out there as well. All right, let me get caught up on the chat. I see KB just popped in there with a 20 and Critter Girl's back in at 23. So we're looking for 24 or more. I am going to count these down. Anybody that's bidding is welcome to use that just in case. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end. There's no chips, just some crazing on the glaze.
These are so incredibly hard to find anymore because when people, sell off their sets, the flowers get misplaced.
They get separated. I know. All right, bid end is in there from Karen. Thank you so very much. All right, so Miss KB had it just in case of 24. Deborah had it just in case of 25. But Critter Girl had it just in case of 28. So Critter Girl, congratulations. They are yours for 26. Thank you so much.
All right, Amy, $30, gang. $30, gang. Tina found these last week, and you're going to get them both, okay? So you're going to get them both, $30. They're from the 1950s. They're plastic. And this is the first time I've ever had a set that had no damage to them, okay? So the silhouettes are very popular again, especially these Victorian silhouettes. In the 1950s, they started to decorate with a style called Early American. So the Early American was a throwback to the when they call it the gay fab, which would have been all these Victorian style things that they mixed in, and they started to decorate with the old Early American in the 50s. So these would have hung on your wall. They are little wall pockets. They're twofers. So they do hang on the wall, but they do stand on their own. So, okay, whatever you want to do with them, you could. They do make great wall pockets to hold things. So this will be the first one you're going to get me get out of your way here. So now you can see this is a horse-drawn carriage. I think this is very elegant, and it is made of the thicker plastic like the canister sets are. So this would have been a go along. So you would have hung these in your kitchen or your dining room. So a lot of times there's a lot of breakage to these. These have no damage whatsoever and are in very good condition. And this one is the fella who is in the carriage. I love the big white wheels. You can see the horse kind of strutting, and then you can see the lamp there. So they do have these prongs on the back. Let's see if I can show them to you so that when you hang it, it kind of bumps it off the wall a little bit. So can you guys there, you can see the one right here. Right there as I'm pointing to it. So, and again, these will stand. I was trying to find a manufacturer, but there's no embossed manufacturer on either of these. So I'll show you the measurements on this silhouette made of plastic from the 1960s. Oh, I love that. Look, that right there, that ivy would go good with your Franciscan pattern of ivy if you have that. So they measure about 9 inches across, and about 9.5 inches tall. So there is that one. These would be great if you're doing a display and you could use these in the background. So here is your, I gotta move so y'all can see. So here's the topless carriage here with the bonnet, the very, with the bonnet sort of Victorian style lady, maybe your Southern Belle, no damage whatsoever. Amie, have you ever seen these before?
I have never seen those, no.
They made a couple versions. They made the wall pockets. They also made these that they were plastic and they just hung on the wall with the silhouette. It's a little harder to find them with the white. A lot of times you find them with the yellow down here, but these are the white versions. So there's the inside of the wall pocket. Again, very stately. The carriage driver reminds me of President. Kind of does, Heather. Kind of does look like Abe Lincoln. Yeah, he sort of does. So
yeah, it does.
You can display these however you want on your wall. I'm having a hard time showing them to you. There you go. So, because my hat is blending in with them. So you can display them however you want, facing each other or kind of going away from one another. And again, it is going to take a certain person who might be interested in these.
How wide is that the little box at the front? Do you think it would fit like greeting cards in there?
Yes, it would. I would use this. Absolutely. It measures about 5 inches. I think that would be great to do all sorts of different things with. You could put some plastic ivy in that if you want to, or like Amie was alluding to, you could put different greeting cards in there. I personally, what I would do with this, I would spill out different calling cards. Like if you had a calling card collection, Victorian calling card collection, I would kind of like display them there. I think that would look really neat and tie that in. Or if you did a very 1950s kind of display, you could put your little plastic fantastic flowers in there. But this is going to go well with like the early American Pyrex, if you have that. And again, this was just the way they also decorated in the 1950s. Not everything was abstract, and, space age. Some of it was this early American. But there's no interest. We'll sit them to the side. There you go. It's going to take a certain person. But again, you don't find them that they're in this good a condition. And at $30, that makes them $15 each. So that would be even less, and you'd probably find them in a shop. So Suzanne, thank you so much. I see you're 30. We're looking for 31 or more. Oh my God, Joe, you're so right. They would work fantastic at Christmas, especially since they're black and white. You do like a Dickinson Christmas or something. My God. And you could take your little LED lights and you could kind of weave them in and out there. Joe, you are so right. Absolutely. And again, remember, before we count them down, they can sit on your counter or you can hang them on your wall. So 31 or more, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Thank you, Joe. We're looking for 41 or more. Remember, gang, you can use it just in case. And again, these are really, really fun. No damage, no breakage anywhere on these. And there's the bid end. So, Joe, sir, congratulations. I think it was the Christmas that did it. They're coming to you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yep. Now that you said that, I can't unsee it.
That's all I see.
The little greenery and bulbs in the pocket or Christmas cards or
Thank
those
you
cool.
guys. So good.
Yeah, I've just never seen those before. Okay, I do have a piece of jewelry tonight. I do have a micro mosaic. And this one, it's not super colorful, but I do really like how simple it is. So hopefully camera will cooperate. It looks like it is pretty good. So we do have like a gold tone filigree for the little setting there, which I really like. That reminds me of a picture frame. And then the background is kind of like a leafy green, or a sage green for the background, and then just simple little white daisies there in the center, and a few different colored leaves just to add a little bit more dimension in there. No missing tiles that I can see. Very nicely done. This one does have Made in Italy stamping there on the back, and it does not have a safety clasp. It just has a simple C clasp there on the back. Good working condition on it. Nikki, let me get you caught up here. I see you. Thank you so much. And it's not terribly large, but it is a good size one. Definitely not the smallest one that I have seen. It does measure 1 3/4 lengthwise, and then 1 1/2 widthwise. All right, so really nice condition on it. I just really liked the daisies. I usually see multicolored flowers represented, and then they have kind of like an orangey yellow center. The little leaves that are surrounding the flowers are kind of a variation between white and green in there to just give them a little bit of pop. But I'm going to count it down. Nikki's got the high bid right now at 16, so we're looking for 17 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end. I wanted you to see that there's the little Italy stamping there on the backside.
I love when they have the thin little like filigree style metal around
I like
the outside.
that too. It's just a little bit more fancy. A little bit more fancy. All right. There is that bid end from Karen. Nikki, I did see your just in case, but you didn't need it. It is coming to you for 16. Thank you so much.
All right, Amy, $18, and you're going to get both of these. I always feel like I need to give an explanation. I know for me and Amy, we don't like to bring things that have damage. But when it's hard to find, it's acceptable because you don't see these, okay? So I don't like to bring damaged things, but there are 1 or 2 of the rosettes missing on the heads of these kitty cats. But for your $18, which that's what they're going to start at, $18, you are going to get them. You're all right, Amy. You're going to get them both, okay? And I think the damage is acceptable. And I am going to send some millinery flowers with them if the buyer wants them, so you can put them in where the flowers might be missing. But these are big.
I totally missed those in your preview.
Big. These are huge. I've never had these before. I remember we wanted these years ago on eBay, and they used to sell for $125 for a set. So they are Norcrest. You can see they have their original Norcrest sticker remaining on the bottom, but one of the rosettes and one of the little leaves is missing on the top of this kitty cat's head, okay? But when you have them on your shelf, nobody is going to notice that that's missing because they're these large. Now, these are kind of bisque, and they have these rhinestone eyes. So we have collected cats and dogs for decades. These have always been so hard to find. And I will tell you that if we had the room, we would accept the damage, because if you try to find these online, you'll see what they do, and that's sort of forgivable. So there is a little rosette that would have been right there, and I'll show you on the next kitty that still has its leaf. There's a leaf missing, but it still has 2 of its original ones. So these are large, and you're kidding them both. The one that's standing here measures 6 inches tall by 5 inches across. So I'm going to add these flowers, okay? So you get a little bundle of these little millinery flowers. We were playing with it. We didn't know if somebody would want that in there or not, but you can kind of weave that in and glue them if you want, and then you're not going to see any damage, okay? But Tina said, and I agree, maybe folks don't want that on, so we'll send them. If you want to do it, you can do it. So you can see the great details of the green eyes, the eyelashes. We have the blushing here, the little pink nose, along with the
They're
little
so
pink.
happy.
They are. And this one is paw up. So you'll get this one. Now here you can see there is a little chipping here. And I believe part of the flower is missing on this one. But she has her original leaf. So that's what the original leaf's supposed to look like. So you'll get her. And I also think if you had like a little ball of yarn, she kind of looks like she's batting a ball of yarn. So these are really hard to find kitsch. And they're freaking adorable in person. So you get them both. She is the one that's standing on all four legs. Now, she measures 6 inches tall and 5 inches across as well, believe it or not. So let's spin her around for you so you can see her. And again, I'll send even more millinery flowers. So if you wanted to tuck in some loose ones in there, you could. She has, and this is the older, that's the older Norcrest. It has more of a blue hue to it. Amie, correct me if I'm wrong, but in my knowledge, the blue is older than the black.
It is. It's their first issue foil sticker.
Yep. So these probably, I think, are late 1950s. They're probably in that 55 to 1960 era. There's no damage to the extremities. We just have issues with the flowers because they were pretty bold there at the factory, putting in these pretty big rosettes. So, but again, these are gorgeous rhinestone eyes, and you're going words are tough. Rhinestone-eyed kitty cats, and you're going to get them both, and you can see how big they are. They measure 6 inches tall by 5 inches across. So Nicole's in at 35. We're looking for 36 or more. Let's go ahead and count them down. And again, remember, you'll get the millinery flowers, whether you want to use them or not. Definitely 1950. So Catherine's in at 45, looking for 46, just in case for active bidders. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Two of the most prettiest, and like I said, they're cousins to Amy's that she had earlier. They're not hers weren't Norcrest, but the same style kitty cat.
Yeah. Meow,
They
meow.
do. Meow meow. Meow
They
meow.
do.
Meow meow. Meow meow. Meow meow, sister. So I love these. So again, they're very hard to find. So I think the damage is forgivable. So there's the bid end. Thank you so much. Tippy had a bid of 46. Nicole had a just in case of 100. So Nicole, congratulations. Both kitties are yours for $47. Thank you all for the bids. Thank you so much.
Those are stinking cute.
I love them. If we had the room, we had the room.
Yeah. Okay. I have some ephemera. This is kind of special ephemera though. I had never run across some of these. I knew they existed, but I'd never run across them before. So I have 5 of them. And this is not for choice. This is for all 5. And these are called Lacies, L-A-C-I-E-S, Lacies. Is what these greeting cards are called. They originally would have come in a box set of 20 cards. And I do have 5 of them, and I do have 5 envelopes as well. So that is how I found these. These did come from Elkhorn, and I've never run across any in the wild before, but they're all different. And so they have the stiffened lace on the back. There you go. Now you can see they have the stiffened lace on the back side, and then it folds out. The little greeting card folds out here into your greeting. So very similar to the plasticine kind of cards that I have brought before. And then it has the little greeting. All of these are unused. I would say the majority of these are get well cards. I think there is one birthday card that is in here, but they are all different. So because it's stiffened lace, it is a really good candidate for something that you would want to display in a flower frog, like that, if you wanted to use that, or a junk journal, or do something else with these. They're all in excellent condition. Debbie, I see you, and Miss Timmy, hello, I see you as well. I really like this one's probably my favorite out of the bunch. So that's the first one, and they all measure 4 by 4. And here is the next one. We got a little lammy pie. Look at her. She's super cute. That's a get well also. And that one pulls out this way. So a little get well backed in yellow. And then this one is a happy birthday. She is blue and she's sitting at the piano playing happy birthday. to you. And this one also folds out this way. Love these. I love these. Just different, totally different. And then a yellow backed one. Again, we got a little bird perched on her finger. She's let her out of the little cage there. This one is a get well soon card. Come here. There we go. Out switched with the little, that's a really cute little scene there too. And then the last one is also another get well, backed in blue, again with a giant iris. Garden Guy Bill's favorite flower there on the front. And that is also a little get well soon card. I just think these are really unique.
They are.
I don't see these. I've never ever run across them before, but yes, there's a whole box set of these. Lacies is the name of these. And as far as I know, these are from the 50s, somewhere in there. All right. So right now I see Timmy's got the high bid at 22. This is for the set of 5 with the original envelopes as well. So I have them as well. So Debbie's back in at 24. We're looking for 25 or more on the set. And actually, we're looking for 26 or more. And I am going to count them down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A bid end.
I love these cards, Amy. I've never seen these before with the lace.
Well, truth be told, there was an extra one of this green one, and I'm keeping it.
It's a good one.
I don't ever keep anything for myself, but I really liked this, and I'm gonna put a little display with it up there. So I'm keeping. I
love that.
All right, there is the bid end from Karen. Thank you so much. All right, so it looks like Timmy had a just in case to 33. Miss Gutierrez had a just in case to 36. Debbie, they are coming to you for 34. Thank you so very much. All right, Jason.
All right, $32. And when I explain to you what you're getting here, I think you guys will see why it's $32. This, I believe, is made by the F&B company. This is an official 8-inch Brownie Scout doll. So
cool.
maybe some folks here, maybe you were a Girl Scout, maybe you were a Brownie, maybe you have a relative who is, or maybe you just collect Scout memorabilia. This would be fun for you. Again, like I said with an earlier piece, if you do a little bit of research on the internet, you have to take into consideration what I show you here. Mine's complete. So for your $32, you're getting a complete. I believe this is a little sleepy-eyed F&B doll, and I do, from my research, think this is from the late 1950s, okay? So she has all of her deals. Hello, Becky. It's so good to see you. So great meeting you in person, Becky. So she is a plastic doll, and she's made by the F&B company. She is a sleepy-eyed doll. I do want to show you the only condition issue is one of the eyelids has a little bit of whiting to it. So if I can hold it there, you can see it's a little washed out. So some of the flesh tone has come off. So if you do some research on her online, some of them don't have their original socks. Some of them don't have their shoes. Some of them don't have their little scarf here and or hat. She is in like new condition and has never been played with. So let me take her out of the box so you guys can see. Again, you're going to get the original box. I do believe she's F&B, and I think she says yes. She was originally, she's an official Brownie Scout doll. She was sold for $3.24 brand new.
Oh, wow.
Plus, you get that original Girl Scout logo, so you get the fun brown box. She measures just about 8 inches tall. So just about 8 inches tall. She's in really good condition, except for the eye there. I told you, I pulled that down. You can see there's a little bit of white around it. Maybe you could clean it off. She has her original felt little hat. Again, I know this is out of the normal wheelhouse of things we offer, but I thought, heck, maybe you guys are into and collect some of the Girl Scout things, and I thought she could be the pinnacle or the center of your collection. So again, I don't believe she was ever played with. The arms are very stiff. I didn't want to take the dress apart at all, any of her clothing, to see where it was stamped, although every little thing online kept coming back to F&B. So I do believe she is an F&B doll. I have sold some of the other ones, like the boys and things, and they have the same features. One of the biggest things that I'm going to stick on here is the fact that she has her socks. Almost all the ones online had no socks. She does have her undergarments. So she does have her little undergarments. There are no stains. There are no smells. She is in very good vintage condition, including all the way down to her fun little hat with the detail.
With the brownie on there. That's cool.
The hair is in really good condition. You're not going to have to do anything to it. And again, the cap will come off, but I want to be careful because I don't want to mess her hair up. Honest to Pete, I believe somebody probably purchased this, probably was a little brownie, never played with it, and she will stand on her own. She is in really, really great condition. So, Nikki, thank you for the 32. We're looking for 33 or more, even her belt. The one online was even missing its belt. So the belt's still there too. So she fits in her box nice and neat. I like the fact that you have the typical brown of the Girl Scouts or the brownies along with it, and you're getting a full package. Also in research, they did a couple different variations of the face. I do, Dusty, I know, and I always feel so weird. I feel so weird, but part of my job, Dusty, I have to make sure you guys know that they're complete. So in my research, they had some other variations, and I do believe this is one of the first generations. And this is probably in that late 50s, early 1960s from my best estimate in the research I did. So thank you so much, Nikki. We're looking for 33 or more. Let's go ahead and do a countdown on the 8-inch. She's the official Brownie Scout doll. 33 or more from 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. She's really fun, and she's in really good condition. Boy, I tell you, if this was a little Cub Scout, that'd be hard for me to give up because I was a Cub Scout. So, but just you could probably clean the lid of her eye there, and she's good to go. So thank you so much, Karen, for the bid end. So Nikki, she's coming to you for $32. Thank you so much, and congratulations. Thank you.
I was a brownie. I was also a Girl Scout too.
Were you?
Oh, yep. I think my favorite part was going to summer camp and getting all the crafty badges for my set. I'm pretty sure I had a basket weaving one. I don't remember all the ones that I had, but
my highlight,
I had most of the crafting ones. So.
Pinewood Derby. I loved making my Pinewood Derby car as a Cub Scout. That was the favorite highlight of my whole scouting.
I'll have to dig out that photo someday.
Oh, that would be fun.
I'd
love to see that
photo. I have to dig that out. Okay. I did give a sneak peek of her earlier, but I'll bring her out right now. I do have a little Lefton, and this is a little lidded dish. I have seen this in a couple different capacities as to what this is. It does not have a little notch for a spoon, but there is a coordinating cookie jar that I have seen that goes with this, but I've not seen any other pieces. So I'm not sure if she's supposed to be a sugar bowl or a jam jar or just a little trinket dish. But she is made by Lefton. And I've also seen this referred to as Bo Peep and also Bloomer Girl. Both ways I've seen it. So she does have the little Lefton foil sticker there present on the bottom. And she does have a couple little tiny flea bites, but overall good condition. I thought she reads more Bo Peep to me. I think she would look cute with little sheep figurines or something like that in the nursery rhyme. So up on her hat, there is a tiny little flea bite right on that edge of her hat. It's like a pinpoint size little flea bite on the edge of her hat. And then I'm going to turn, sorry, girl, you're going to be backwards here for a second. She does have down in here, there's a couple other little flea bites on that edge there on the little ruffle of her dress. She's very flexible. She can flip backwards. She's double jointed. But that is the way that she's supposed to go with her little bloomers. Off to the side. So like usually with the sugar bowls, I have seen, with the other Lefton pieces, in this bottom, they usually have molded in there like a little notch for a spoon to set if it's a sugar bowl or a jam jar. She does not really have that. So again, I'm not really sure the proper usage for her, but there is a coordinating cookie jar of the same mold for her. So I suspect she's supposed to be a kitchen piece. But I've never seen a creamer. I've not seen salt and pepper shakers that go with her either. So I really don't know what other pieces are out there for her. Jason, have you seen any other?
I've never seen this one before right now. Honestly, I've never seen this version by Lefton. It's got to be one of those obscure sets that they didn't make a lot of.
And I think I do think that like Napco has the whole storybook series. They also did a Bo Peep, very similar molded and painted colorways and everything like that. So I do think that they were competing with each other probably when that series came out from Napco. I think that there's a I think there's a little competition going on for that one. But I don't see any interest in her. That's okay. We will bring her back and we'll get Jason started.
$16 and you're going to get both of these. $16, you're going to get both of these. I'm calling these my majestic posable stockinette face dolls. There is a little condition issue, but nothing too major. So I'll show them to you. And again, you'll get them both for the $16. I believe they're both made in Japan. This one right here, I think there's some deterioration here from a sock. I think it should have had a sock on there, but this will be the first one you get. I do believe that this is a like geisha, maybe kokeshi, maybe very Japanese style. Amy, these were the ones that I thought were going to be the ones that were cleaning because no, they weren't. I saw them in an estate, and once I got them, they weren't what I thought they were. But I think they're not what I told Amy I thought they were going to be. So she's in very good condition. I love the green yarn hair.
I like the green hair
with the flowers. The face is in super good condition. You can see just a little bit of the some of the stockinette coming through, but there's no tears or rips. They are posable, so you can move the arms however you want. Her little kimono here just needs a little bit of relaxing to it. So they're on their typical little wooden, wafer style bottom. Usually they're stamped Japan or have a paper label. This one doesn't have any on it. So again, I do believe, because you can see there's a little bit of it right there. But truth be told, I would take the sock off that part, and then you would never even know that they were missing anything. So both of them for $16. Again, I believe this is a little geisha, maybe kokeshi style, 10 inches tall. 10 inches tall, and she's really unique. There's no major issues to the stockinette faces or anything like that. So that one you'll get. Then you're also going to get this one. And I believe this one might be one of those maybe Indian style. I think that's a flute. I kind of get a vibe like she might have that kind of like almost, like the snake in the basket kind of playing the flute.
The snake charmer.
Kind of feel, yes. She's in very good condition. I do believe somebody did use her maybe as a pin cushion. So there are a few pins in there. I am going to let them in there unless you want me to remove them. I think she has a little bit of disintegration to the hair. I think there might have been some hair right there. But other than that, I think she is just remarkable. Look at those eyes. And that's not wear. That's supposed to be painted right there on the eyelids. So very majestic, very different. These are silk clothes that they are wearing. And again, they're on the same style base. And I do believe, I guess originally they sold for $5.50. So and this one also measures 10 inches tall. So again, two different stockinette little pose dolls. I do believe this is supposed to be like a little flute that she has there in her hands. I just think these are really different. I couldn't find any examples of these online anywhere. So, but
I've never seen either one of those.
Somebody did add an extra pin or so in there, and I think they were going to start using them as a pin cushion. So I'll just hold them up for another moment here to show you again. You're going to get this one, and then you are going to get this one as well. I don't know if maybe they did a series of these. Maybe, it also reminds me of like Disney, almost like It's a Small World. Like maybe they did, versions of the different countries, and these are two of them. I couldn't find any of that out, but let's set them to the side and let's keep going. We'll bring them back for the recap and see if anyone's interested in them.
Okay. All right, I've got some Parmesan graced us with his presence. He is here now. Where have you been, sir? Sleeping downstairs. I have some German die cuts. I actually got some other ones at the Midwest show. They're different from these, but this is like still attached, still in its original packaging, and just cutesy little animals. These are made in Germany. the Dresden style die cuts. And it says printed in Germany in teeny tiny little font right here, but they are all still attached to each other. So I'm going to try my best to go through. Of course, they're all facing different directions. So I'll try my best. So we've got a little birdie. We've got, it looks like a billy goat, a little bee, the bunny hopping over the lettuce. We've got, this way we've got a dog being flown with balloons attached to his collar. Look, he's floating in the air. There's like a little aerial scene going on. That's really interesting. And then we've got a little cat and a bird. Sorry for the rotation here. We've got a little deer here. We've got some puppy dogs, and a duck and a bone. Lots of things going on in that one. A couple, I think, robins in the tree, and some other ducks at the pond, and the cute little Scotty dog, I think, with a bird, and then a little bunny chomping on a carrot. Lots going on here. Really nice condition, probably because they're in the original packaging. And then the back of it's kind of like a wax paper, like envelope here on that. And there's just a little, the plastic is just like a little torn right there, but it is still flat. It's just where the opening of the envelope is. So this whole side is open here, so you can pull the die cuts out. I was trying to, there's a couple different manufacturers for these style of die cuts, made in Germany. EAS is one. I've had some from them before. And then there's a couple other companies. I couldn't exactly identify, like, age-wise what this is from. I suspect that these are from the 80s, if I had to guess. They're not super, like, old antique ones, but I think that they're probably 70s or 80s, if I had to guess, based on the style of artwork that they are. Catherine, I see you.
Never have I seen these. These
the ones that I got some other animal ones from the Midwest Holiday Show, and they're older than these ones are. They're much smaller die cuts, but yeah, I had not seen these particular animal ones. Usually it's Christmas ones that I see more often than anything else. All right, so let's count these down for Catherine. I'm going to give you a size measurement. So the sheet measuring length and width here, it's 6.5 by 9 1/4, but the individual die cuts themselves vary in the size depending on what the picture is. Okay, so Nikki, I see, just popped in there with a 17, so we're looking for 18 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end.
That rabbit alone is worth using.
I really like that rabbit too.
So good.
He's good. But I don't know. I don't know if it's the puppy being flown away by balloon. I think that's pretty good. All right. I see Nikki's got a just in case at 25 right before Karen's bid end, but Nikki didn't need it. They are yours for 17. Thank you so much.
$22, Amy, and this is part of a series that Shafford put out. It was called their Kennel Club. I've sold like the poodle before, and I forget what other versions they had. I think I sold a boxer and a poodle, and I have a Schnauzer tonight to offer you.
Oh, look at him.
And he is in very good condition.
I also
thought, gotcha, Amy. I also thought if you guys are into Lady and the Tramp, I kind of thought this kind of would fit that motif loosely. Now, there is a manufacturing defect right here. You can see that there's a little bit of extra right there on his snout. There's a little bit of extra, and then there's a little miss in the paint right there. Also, while I have it tilted here, the light's catching it just right. There's a little rub right there on the ear tip, okay? But there are no chips or cracks. He is a very large, very collectible figurine. He also has his original Shafford Japan sticker on the bottom, which I'm happy to see. I love that font. So Critter Girl, I got you for 22. No chips or cracks. Just note that we have this manufacturing defect right there. So that's in the manufacturing right here. And then we have a little bit of wear right here by the ear. The light has to catch it just right so you can see. So these are great to add to your collection. These are great to use. I used to use, I feel like I had this one for a while, but I feel like I had a poodle, and I used to use it as a door stop. Not that I'm slamming the door against it, but it was nice enough that we had a door in our old townhouse that would move a little bit, and he would sit right there and keep the door from closing. Was it the Shafford dog or was it a cat? Nonetheless, it was one of these larger figurines. He measures 10.5 inches tall. So 10.5 inches tall from the top to the bottom, and then from the side, he comes in about 7 inches wide. These are very collectible. And again, like I was saying, they called it a kennel club. And I think they did different variations of the same dog. So this probably would have been the largest version of the Schnauzer. And then there probably would have been a couple different sizes down from this. So let me show you the great detail, airbrushing, 3D effect that they did. Very realistic, but also has like almost like a little animated feel to it, the way they painted the eyes. I love these Shafford dog and cat figurines. I think they did such a good job with them. So Critter Girl's in at 22. We're looking for 23 or more. No chips or cracks. Super, super collectible Shafford, part of the Kennel Club. Let's do a countdown on it. Is he very heavy? No, he's not heavy at all. Matter of fact, he is hollow. So he is hollow there on the inside. He is not heavy at all. He will probably ship alone just due to his size, but he is hollow, and we'll fill that void before we ship it. Other than that, no. He's not like really, really heavy, although the light door in the townhouse, I think it was the cat. We had a cat Shafford. It just kind of kept it from moving. Or you can use it as a bookend or just a figurine. So hello, Lamar. Good to see you. Nicole was in at 23. Lamar's in at 25. So we're looking for 26 or more. And if y'all are just joining, I just want to make sure you guys know that is a manufacturing defect right there. And then we have a little bit of wear right there. So let's count it down. No chips or cracks. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Again, they called it their kennel series. And I have personally sold, I remember it was a boxer. I personally sold the poodle version, and this might be the first or second Schnauzer I've ever had. I don't know how many they did. If somebody knows, maybe they can tell us. So there is our bid end. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, it's all coming in clumps here. So Amy, thank you. It looks like it's going to Lamar because you have the first bid of 36. Nicole had it just in case. So Lamar, congratulations. He's coming to you for $36. And I believe Lamar had or has a Schnauzer.
Yes.
I think so. I think so. Lamar, thank you so much and congratulations. Thank you guys all for the bids. Thank you.
Everyone else's 38 just in cases and straight bids for Critter Girl and Nikki came in after the bid end, you guys. So refresh if you have it for a while. You might want to refresh. Okay. Okay. I have some salt and pepper shakers. For my next round. I had a set of these. I think they were last year, but they were a different colorway. I think I had bright yellow ones.
Oh, Lamar, I'm so sorry. He passed away Monday night.
Oh, Lamar.
Sorry, Amy. So Lamar, I am so sorry.
I didn't know that. I'm so sorry. So sorry.
Gosh, Lamar.
It'll be a good way to remember, though. It'll be a good way. Oh, this cat. Anyways, I have some Flower Power bird shakers. I think I did have a colorway. He's getting into stuff he's not supposed to be into. I think I had yellow colorway of these last year, I believe, but these are orange. They're like bright tangerine orange with daisies on them. And I really liked them. So I'm glad that I found them. They do have stoppers on the bottom. I don't think last year I was not able to identify a maker for these. And I think they also came in green, if I remember correctly. These are 100% cold painted. The orange, the white, and the yellow is all cold paint. So there is a little bit of paint scratching. I'm going to turn them around. There's most often it's like the white that I can see the most scratching in. But there's no chipping to either one of them. I think that they are in good condition. Ashley and Stacy, I see you. Thank you so much. And I'm feeling a little bit of tape here. I'm going to take that off. Okay. It was catching my finger. There is
Partridge
right here.
family. My God,
yeah, they're very Partridge family for sure. Right in here, there is a little bit of cold paint loss under that one wing. But really, I think overall they're in good condition. We got a 2-holer and a 3-holer here. So like if you wanted to use these, you totally can if you want to, because they do still have the stoppers there on the bottom. Measurement for these, they are Flower Power. They are 4 1/4 by 2 1/2. Okay, very Partridge family. Yes, for sure. All right, let's count these down. Stacy's got the high bid right now at 21, so we're looking for 22 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end.
Gosh, I love these.
Sorry if everybody's singing the Partridge Family theme song right now. I apologize.
Hello.
I know Karen's not a big fan of that song. I know. All right. Ashley, I see you're just in case, and Stacy, I see you're just in case right before Karen's bid end. So Ashley had a just in case of 26. Stacy had a just in case of 27. So for 27, Stacy, thank you so much. They are coming to you. Thank you.
$18, Amy, and I would love to do a survey. Maybe I will someday. Who was Team Brady Bunch and who was Team Partridge Family? Like,
yeah, it's probably half and half. Probably.
Which team would you be on, Amy?
Gosh, that's hard.
Brady Bunch or Partridge Family?
I don't know. I like them both. That's really hard.
You don't want to go either way. I'm just going to go Brady Bunch because I watched more of those episodes than the Partridge Family.
I probably watched more Brady Bunch than Partridge Family, but I like them both as well.
Karen's like team neither. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Oh my gosh. Neither. Okay. All right. $18. And this is fun. I'm going to call this acrylic, although I believe it's really lucite. It is abstract. And you, Amy, what do you think you see there? What do you think you see there?
Can
you see the little beady eyes?
That's really up for interpretation. It's got little beady eyes.
Like
I see a deer, I see a lamb, but I could also see a cat or a dog.
Right.
So...
It's very, very ironic that, okay, to see Tippy sees it, and dear Angela, hello, by the way, popped in. I'm going to go ahead. Boy, people are voting monkeys. All right. I'm going to go with baby deer. That's what we thought when we bought it.
Okay.
But it's up to anyone's interpretation. This, I believe, is from the early 1950s. $18 if anyone's interested. Is this very gorgeous acrylic black and white box. If I tilt it, you can see there are a few scratches on the lid right there. Okay, you can kind of see them in my ring light. Ozzie and Harriet. Oh, Karen, I do love me some Ozzie and Harriet. Okay. But other than that, it's in very good condition. This is a little trinket box, or it is a little dresser box. I couldn't find any examples of this anywhere. I have sold some pieces like this in my store, but they have usually been red and white. I've never had a black and white version. So $18 on this fun. And I'm just going to call it a deer. I kind of feel like it's this abstract little baby deer. I don't believe it's a homemade piece. I do believe it's manufactured. Somebody did back in the day cut a little piece of felt and put there on the inside, because you can see where they sort of taped it in there. And what I find so unique about this is it has blue acrylic there on the bottom. So if you took the felt out, it would be more transparent if you wanted to. But this is the base of your little jewelry box or your trinket box. If you guys are into lucite or acrylic, I think this would be a great addition, or maybe use this as a gift. You can see where they did cut in and recess it a little bit. And then it does sit in there beautifully, and it does not slide around. So $18 if anyone's interested. I love the handle here with the black and the white. So one way you see it that it's the white handle, there you can tell it is a black handle. So the measurements on this are 5.5 inches across. So it's 5.5 inches by 3.5. And then it's just about 3 inches tall. So if you guys are into that very like monochromatic, almost 1950s kind of feel or 1940s, I think this would be great in your display. It would be great on your vanity. This would even work in a bathroom, I think. So, family affair. I think this would work in your bathroom as well. And I do have to say that it is up to interpretation what you think you see there. Although when we purchased it with those little beady eyes, very Halloween, very Halloween maybe. I thought that it was a little dear, but we're going to keep it moving. We got a few more rounds. Think about it, guys. We'll bring it back into recap. $18 on the 1950s lucite acrylic little box. You know what? I also think it could be, now I'm talking, could be a cigarette box.
Cigarette box. I was thinking that too.
Very easily could be a cigarette box. But we will bring it back and we'll keep it moving. Over to you, Miss Amy.
Oh my gosh, this cat. He's on some antics tonight, that's for sure. Okay. I have a choice round, and it is between flocking amazing books. I got both of these in Wisconsin at totally different places.
Oh, they're good.
So I have the Fuzzy Wuzzy Ducklings and the Fuzzy Wuzzy Waddles. So both Fuzzy Wuzzy Duck books. There is a whole series of different animals, not just Fuzzy Wuzzy Bear, but all sorts of different animals that Whitman made. And these are both from 1945. They do have probably equal amount of wear to them. I would say the flocking is good on both of them, but the paper does have some wear on both of the books. Okay, so I'm not going to go through all the books or all the pages, but I did want to show you some of each. So we'll start with the Fuzzy Wuzzy Ducklings. So they do have flocking on the yellow here on the cover. And they are both stamped Whitman Publishing 1945 here at the bottom. And I like how they did these books. Here's the inside. These ducks illustrations are just so stinking cute. They did do these books. This was not a manufacturing thing, an error. This was how they made these books. Yeah. They made the insides shorter than the cover. This page here, so usually they do one without flocking and then one page with flocking. These ones here, the double, are flocked on that one. And then, oh my gosh. So there's also a variation of pages here. This page here, the yellow is flocked. The little brown ducky is not flocked on that one. Oh my gosh, they're so cute.
I've never seen this one, and I've had a lot of these flocked books. This is one I've never seen before, Amy.
Yeah, just really, really adorable. Since I brought the duck plush tonight, that's why I wanted to bring these tonight. So this one here, all the yellow is flocked. This opposite page is not. And I'll flip to the back here for this one. So that's the back image, and we'll leave the rest up. But there's a couple little tears, a little bends at the corners for this one. Actually, both of them are about the same condition. So the second one here, Fuzzy Wuzzy Waddles. Here's this one. Again, the yellow, so the wording is flocked. And you can see there's a little bit of tearing and bending. Same kind of condition as the other one. Yellow is flocked on that one. So we open this one up. Fuzzy Wuzzy Waddles was a little fat duck who did not like water. He could not even swim. I really like this one with the soda bottle.
So cute.
You like soda better than water. Who does that sound like in the chat? Oh, I wonder. Here he is again, hiding from. He doesn't like thunderstorms. It's Willie. It's Fuzzy Wuzzy Willie. This is really cute with them. Here, the brothers and sisters begged him to come in the water, but he wouldn't. It's a cute little story too. And there's even a little chicken. I'm not sure what the chicken's name is, but doesn't want to go in the water, but is helping out the friend there to get her hat back. Oh no.
Oh no, he fell in.
I'm not going to spoil the end for you, And there's the cute little chicken on the back cover with her hat. So both from 1945, both about as equal condition. Still nice with the flocking, for sure. They do both measure 9 3/4 by 10 inches. All right, we will go ahead and bring those back, and we'll get Jason started.
$14, Amy, $14. And I don't know how old this is, but I know it has some age to it. So a lot of times these are known as pin cushions. This one I found when I found a few around Valentine's Day, and I held this so that we had something to decorate with, more patriotic once we got past Memorial Day. So it is this knitted style around a little pillow, and a lot of times these would then be used as pin cushions. But this one still has its original silk ribbon, so it could be hung. It is sort of in the shape of a heart, as you can see. And $14, if anyone's interested. I thought this would be great to use, now that we're past Memorial Day. So it measures 7 inches long. So it's 7 inches. I did not measure that part of it. So it's 7 inches long, and it is roughly about 5.5 inches across. So in very, very good condition. You can see where they took the same exact ribbon and then they intertwined it completely around. This has always been very 1920s, very 1930s to me. I remember my grandmother had a couple of these, and then she would use them, and then they would just slide their pins in. If anybody knows in the chat any more information about these, I would love to know. But I do know that they were very utilitarian or decorative. And this one, of course, is red, white, and blue. No stains whatsoever. And again, to find that kind of material with that color that goes through, I just think that's super patriotic. It even has like a shabby chic kind of feel about it too. Amy, do you know the era in which these were popular? Were they were probably...
I mean, I've seen some much older.
Yeah.
I think that probably variegated yarn like that maybe is from the 40s or 50s.
Yeah.
But I've seen some much older than that. So I think that they were made for a long time.
They were. So $14 if anybody's interested. Again, there are no stains to it. It's in very good condition. It would go well in your patriotic theme, in your red, white, and blue. Maybe you decorate that all year long. And you would have it in time for the 4th of July. But let's hit it to the side and let's keep moving. We'll bring it back for the recap. Right. That would look gorgeous, Karen, next to a military.
Near a military photo. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that.
I always knew them as pin cushions, but let's keep going.
Amy. I always thought that they were pin cushions too.
Yeah.
But they could be for hat pins, because if you could hang it, then you could hang it.
You're correct.
All right. I have, this is fun. I'd never come across this before. I've come across lots of tea bag holders, but I've never come across a cat head one quite like this one before. There is Miss Priss has one, and a lot of the other kitchen series have the tea bag holders that match, but I've never seen this one before. I don't know the manufacturer on it. I actually could not identify it. Is in good condition. There's no chipping to it. Just some crazing present. So it's just plain on the backside. But what I like about this one, similar to the Napco fruit ones, is that they molded it in such a way for the bow tie at the bottom that you don't have to lay it down flat all the time. It actually stands on its own. So it can become like a little figurine when you're not using it. And no cold paint you have to worry about on this one. And I mean, so you could use it if you really wanted to. It's kind of a shifty looking cat. I kind of like that. It's definitely different, but I don't know the manufacturer for it. Couldn't find it. I suspect that likely there's some other animal heads in the same kind of style that probably, usually these came as sets in 4s typically, or had a little metal holder that would go with them. But I couldn't find any other ones like this one. But I did get, when did I get this? Last weekend. Last weekend on our road trip, we went so many places besides the Midwest show. I can't remember where this one came from. But there was a whole booth of tea bag holders. So really? I got a couple fruit ones, and this guy really spoke to me. So he is planning some shenanigans. I agree with you both. Yes. All right. Measurement real quick is 3.5 by 2 3/4. Okay. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Parmesan's cousin. Yeah, I agree. Well, he stopped getting into whatever he was getting into, and he's no longer up here, so I'm okay with that. All right, there's the bid end from Karen. Thank you so much, Kim. Your just in case did come in after the bid end. All right, so down there at the end, I saw Sweet Leaf came in there with a 17. Vanessa had a just in case of 25. Ashley had a just in case of 30. So Ashley, it is coming to you for 26. Thank you so much.
All right, gang. I didn't preview this, so this is going to start at $20. This was one of the things that didn't fit on my shelf behind me. This is probably one of my favorite dresser caddies, and it's going to start at $20. So some folks find these and they think these are planters, but nope, these are actually meant to be dresser caddies. So $20 if anyone's looking for a fun little maybe Father's Day gift, maybe somebody loves dachshunds or wiener dogs. So what you do with this is here in the front, this is kind of a little catch-all. You can put your rings in here. You can put anything else back here in the larger void. This is where you would have put maybe your wallet. Maybe you would have put your shoe polishing brush back there. And then what I love is here, the tail, you could have put some of your rings on it if the rings were large enough. But I've seen folks use these for watches. I've watched them use them and put bracelets on them as well. So $20 is the start price on him. He is made of pottery. Let me see if we can get the glare off here so you guys can see. He's got these fun eyes. He's super kitschy. I always thought when I saw these, he looks like he's howling. Like he's super happy. He's super happy to see everybody. He's got his little tail up in the air and he's just howling hello. So let's see here if we can get the glare. I want you guys to be able to see his eyes. Come on, there we go. Now you guys can see how cute he is. Very California pottery style almost in theory. I did find a couple folks that thought they knew who the manufacturer was, but that's the only marking on the bottom. And there was nothing that was going to allow me to commit to who made him. So he's in really good condition. There's no chips. This is like a little basket here that he has. It's like he has it like almost like a little saddle. And then back here's the other side of the basket as well. So you could put him right there on your vanity. You could put him, you could actually put maybe Mira in there if you want to, if you had one. Let me give you some measurements on him, but he's just $20 with no chips or cracks. And I do believe he is from the 1950s. He is just about 8 inches tall. So he's 8 inches from there to the bottom. And he's coming in at about 6 inches wide. So he's about 8 inches tall by 6 inches wide, no chips or cracks. There you can see his cute little face. They even gave him some details there on his snout. And again, some folks, when they describe these, they call them planters. He's actually a little vanity dog. So I had him sat to the side, ready.
I think he would be cute at like a picnic table or like a barbecue. You could put like silverware or napkins or something on one side. And
absolutely. And again, even if you want to use him as a planter, you could. But like I was just saying, I think his intended purpose was to be your little valet or your little dresser caddy. So he's just going to look super cute in your display. And again, with Father's Day coming up, maybe you know somebody who's an expecting father. Maybe you know somebody that loves wiener dogs. I think that would make a great gift for them for just $20. There, I'll show you again, no chips or cracks. There's very actual little crazing on him whatsoever. And again, that's like a butter yellow, and that's sort of like a basket weave on him. So again, I believe he's probably from the early 1950s. He really has that California pottery kind of feel about him. He's a nice heavy dresser caddy, but I'm not seeing any interest. We'll put him to the side and we'll keep moving and we'll bring him back.
Okay, we are going to do a recap when we're done. And we do have a short community share tonight from Miss Caroline. So stick around for that. Okay. I haven't had one of these guys in a very long time. He came from Wisconsin as well. His name is Rompy, and he is a Ruthie Newton illustrated squeaker toy based off of her illustrations. There's a girl that goes along with him as well. And he's made by the Sun Rubber Company. It is stamped back here in the back. I know that is not going to focus, but it does say the Sun River Company, made in the USA, Ruthie Newton, New York, New York, there on the back. Now he does squeak. Okay, his squeak is right here. He's very loud. I am not going to squeak it. Maisie will bark her head off. So I'm not going to squeak the squeak, but I assure you he's very loud. Okay, he does squeak, and the paint on him is really nice. Look at the hair on that. That's usually where most of the fading is at, is on the hair, but it's really nice. And he's got bright, bright blue eyes, really nice condition on him. Rosy cheeks. I love his little britches, his little pudgy belly. He's ready for summertime. And I would say like the most wear is like the back of the shoes here. I did clean him. He wasn't really dirty, but they wrapped him in newspaper. So I did have to clean him up a little bit, and just a little bit of wear on the back of the shoes. But overall, I think he's very nice. One of the nicest ones that I think I've ever come across. And he does stand on his own. He will stand up for you. And there's the bottom of his shoes. So he will stand on his own. Sometimes with these, if they're not stored right, they can warp a little bit and then they don't stand. He is dressed up for the 4th of July. You're right, Heather. Yeah. He would be a great little 4th of July guy. And you could totally like prop up a little flag behind him or something like that too. But I play with sparklers. I think he's really cute. I actually, the very first time we went to Elkhorn, somebody had taken one of these and turned it into a lamp. So they cut a hole in the top and bottom of him and turned him actually into a patriotic, and then made him into a lamp. Like they painted like red, white, and blue. Like they completely redone him and turned him into a lamp. The very first time they went to Elkhorn. Yeah.
Did you like it? Were you for it or against it?
I mean, it was okay. I was like, I don't know about a lamp though. Like with the pole sticking out of his head. I don't know. I mean, they didn't do a bad job like crafting with him, like making him more patriotic, but I don't know. I wasn't into the lamp thing. I think he's cute as is. All right. Caroline's in at 21, so we're looking for 22 or more. He does stand 8 inches tall and dates to the 1950s. All right, let's count him down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Such a profile there. Love that.
Got a little belly on him, dude.
He does.
Yep. Belly on him.
Can you hear that cat?
Uh-huh. I can hear him.
I don't know what he's doing. Who knows? He's got the zoomies, it sounds like. Okay. There is the bid end from Karen. Thank you so very much. All right. In there at the end, it looks like both Deborah and Caroline had a just in case of 28, but Miss Debbie came in there with a just in case of 36. So Debbie, it is yours for 29. Thank you so much.
$10, and you can't recreate the wear on this kitty cat. I do believe this cat is early. And again, if you're
that's cool.
If you're into primitives or you're into antiques, I believe this is a little bit earlier when it comes to some stitch work on it. And these I have sold in my shop with different animals with a different feel. They used to call these fabric dolls. I've also sold them known as small pillows. They would create these for youngsters. Then they would use them as little pillows. They would become their early stuffed animals before, they manufactured them. I've also sold them and folks used them as pin cushions. So we have this cute little mommy kitty cat. She has this fun little bow. Again, you can see she has some wear on her, but I think it's the right kind of wear. Here, it's almost patriotic colors, too. We have a lot of red, white, and blue mixed in here. And I think she would just look darling added in with your little kitty cat collection or your primitive collection. Again, $10. You can see there is some wear and discoloration to the back. I'm not sure why they put a little red X on her. But again, there's no smells or odors, but she definitely has that antique, primitive kind of feel about her. I love the wear, and I love a little bit of the fading. So $10. She'd look really cute in with your kitty cats. I don't know what else to say. I just think she's really cute. And I think she's got a great look to her, and she kind of fit the aesthetic of what I was doing here tonight. You can see there is some yellow mixed in here. She has a big white bow. They gave her some green eyes. Yes, there's a little bit of wear. I don't know that I want to call this like a cross stitch, but they did do some heavy stitching in here to give her some dimension. And you can see that there is a little bit of wear right here. So, and again, detailed down to the paws all the way around. And she's got this fun little apron on her. She might even look good in your kitchen display. Just fun, vintage, antique little plush. And you can feel that there's some very good bedding in there. Nice firm bedding. So like I said, folks that have sold these before in my shop, they've been called a multitude of things, anywhere from a child's small pillow. So a nanny would have crafted these for a youngster to use as a little pillow. They've also been used then as pin cushions or just little toys for the kids. She measures 9 inches tall. So she's about 9 inches tall, and she's about 4 inches wide. It could be a form of embroidery. That's what I would say, Critter Girl. I can get in here so you guys can see. Probably like an embroidery. It also reminds me sometimes when they would stitch different samples back in the day. You know how they would do like the ABC samples. It's probably somewhere between both. I'm not too sure if
it looks like embroidery to me.
It probably is that. And I
because all the little polka dots on her apron are French knots.
Is that what they are?
Yeah.
See that I'm not familiar in that aspect. All I know
I'm
is
not very good at embroidery, but I can recognize it sometimes.
Like she's definitely a fun primitive style kitty cat. So let's keep it moving, Amy. We got another round.
Okay.
We'll just bring it back.
Okay. So this will be the last round, and then we will do a recap. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what Parmesan was he was screaming and now he's asleep. Who knows? All right. This is my pose doll. My last round is Little Red Riding Hood. So she's a made in Japan pose doll. Really nice condition on her. She does have a little bit of attitude. I think she's snooty, Little Miss Red Riding Hood there. But hand painted face on the stockinette. Blue eyeshadow, a little bit of yarn hair peeking out of her little red cape. And then she's got kind of a blue gingham dress on with a little velvet tie for her apron. Does have the little basket there. And she's got little brown felt shoes tied in the back. Nice condition on her. I usually see these and the stockinette is all torn to heck. But she's in really nice condition. I'm trying to remember. I think Holiday Fair is who made these. There's a whole series of different nursery rhymes for these pose dolls. I think Holiday Fair made it. She does measure 10.5 inches tall, outstretched. I did have her sitting, so she does have armature where you can kind of bend her, sit her over the edge of something, and maybe a little wolfy to pose with her. And that's about all I can tell you about her. She's in good shape. Wire armature in the arms as well to pose her. Usually the heads are not meant to move. They have usually a red wooden dowel in there, so you can't really move the head. But that is Little Miss Riding Hood. And we will go ahead and bring her back, and we'll get Jason started, and then we'll go through our recap.
I love her face. $10, Amy, $10. And I felt that this went with my silhouette theme for the evening. It had a very old, maybe 1920s kind of look to it. I will explain to you exactly what this is because I actually know what this is. But this is actually a serving tray. So this would have been a premium giveaway. They were actually lids for tins back in the day. So once you ate the potato chips or you used whatever material was inside the tin, then you had a nice little serving tray. So she does have a little dimple in it. There you can see. But other than that, it displays beautifully. It is this fun Southern Belle kind of walking in the woods here with all these great flowers. Look at the fun detail on there.
I love that color.
It is. It's like a sea foamy kind of green. It has a very 1920s, very like Art Nouveau, maybe Deco kind of flair about it. She has her fun little parasol. Look at all the details, all the way down to her like little like sequins almost on the dress where they did all the little dots all the way down to the feet. And again, you would have gotten your large tins that would have had some kind of food in it, and that is why you have the recessed, and then that would have been the lid, and then you could have used this as a serving tray. So I will tell you this tray is from the 1950s. It measures just about 11 inches in diameter. So about 11 inches in diameter. There is a little bit of paint wear to the back, but overall it's in really, really good condition, and it's one that you don't find all that often. A lot of times these lids had sort of like Amish prints on. Sometimes they just had ivy prints on them, but I couldn't find the company. But another thing really quick when it comes to these tins, I'm sure you guys have seen them, that they did state tins. Yes, they sold the tins in the store, but a lot of the state tins that have like the flower and the outline of the state, the same kind of tin was used by the companies in those promos. So then it would kind of just pound it in, and then you popped it off and you could use it. So Ashley, thank you so much. I see you for 10. We're looking for 11 or more. And again, it's in very good condition. There's just that little, I just want to show it to you again. We can catch it right there. It looks like something kind of dented it a little bit, but when you display it, you don't see it at all. So 11 or more, we'll count it down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. You're right, Minx. You would think in this day and age, they would come up with things that would be premiums and you could use them and not throw them out. But they did that years ago, and it's not something they do anymore. So thank you so much, Ashley. It is yours for $10. Congratulations.
All right, I'm going to pop us back both up here. So we're going to move into our recap. We're going to bring back those items one more time. Maybe you missed them the first time around or thinking about something. So these are going to be quick claim items. So we will briefly describe the item to you again and give you the price. If you want to claim something, just make sure to type in the item plus the price down into the chat. We will give it a moment to allow for the lag. If we see more than one person come in there to claim the same item, we will do a quick countdown to break any ties, just in case this can be in play like a regular bid round, all of that. Okay. Jason, I have 4 things. Do you want to do yours first?
I have, gosh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6. So yeah, if you want me to do them all, I'll do mine.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So I'm going to offer him for 18. I offered him as 20, but I think I can do it for 18 and be all right. If you're interested in him, he's just going to be $18. He is a fun little blue ducky. He is filled with the sawdust. He does have just a little bit of discoloration back there on the back of his head, but he has little wire armature in his feet. And once you get his big badunkadonk kind of set into place, he will sit beautifully for you. So he will be 18. If you want him, put 18 duck. And again, I just want to note the original tag is wrapped around his beak. You could take that off. There is wire here in the under part. So if you push that up, you'll get his beak to straighten up just a little bit more. So cool. He would be 18 and you'd put duck 18. I think he's kitchalicious. Honestly, I think he's really, really good. So duck 18, if anyone is interested. I had my 2 pose dolls. They have a little bit of wear. They're going to be 16. So you're going to get her. She's wearing her kimono. She's sort of like a geisha girl. So you get her, both of them. They both measure 10 inches tall. There's a little bit of wear here. There's, I think, some of the felt that would have been their shoe or sock kind of wore off. But if you take that off, you're not going to notice it. So you will get her. That's the only condition issue on her. And you're going to get, then I do believe she would be like one of the maybe the snake, when they used to play the flute, over maybe in India. I think maybe these were nationality dolls. I'm not too sure. She's in very good condition, except I think some of her hair's missing. Okay. So you could put dolls 16, and you're going to get both of those. So I think that makes them $8 each. So dolls 16, if you're interested in them. I had my abstract lucite, but we'll call it acrylic box from, I think, the 1950s. It was $18. I believe it's a deer on the front. Yes, Heather, snake charmer. That has a little bit of wear right there, but the light has to catch it. When it's on display, you do not see it. So if you're interested in this, it could be a cigarette box. It could be a jewelry box. You would just put box, and that is 18. Box 18, if anyone's interested in that. No chips or cracks. A lot of times they get major chips on them, but that just has that little scratch. This one is the what would you call that? Knitted? I guess that's knit.
Crochet, probably.
Crochet. All right, so crocheted little pin cushion, patriotic. That's 14. So just put pin cushion. We'll just call it a pin cushion 14 if you're interested in that. Pin cushion 14 on that. I had the dresser caddy wiener dog. That's 20. So you can just put dog 20 if you're interested in that. Dog 20 in that. Nikki, I got you for the pin cushion. Thank you so much. Let me find my notes here. Sorry, I got tired all of a sudden. That was 14 to Nikki. Moss. Thank you so much, Nikki. I think that's a real neat piece. So I had that, the dog, and then the last thing I had was the cat. And I do believe this is very early, maybe 1920s, 1930s. This is going to be cat, $10. Cat, $10 if you're interested in that. And I think that was everything. Thank you so much, guys. Got you, Karen. Got you, Karen. For the cat.
Hello, Jess. Welcome. Okay. And Karen said, hold her.
You got it. Shipping. You got it, Karen.
Okay. Let's see. All right. So first I had the larger size JHN tin litho basket. I keep wanting to say pail. It's definitely a basket. For this really nice condition on it. It has all the little nursery rhymes going around the outside. This is 8 by 8. Just a little bit of wear on the inside of the basket, but the outside is pretty nice condition on it. This was $30. You can type in basket 30 if you want to claim that. And the handle does fold down. It doesn't have to be always up like that. So $30 basket if you want to claim that. And then let me see. The next thing I had was the Lefton Bloomer Girl or Little Bo Peep lidded jar. She does have a couple tiny little flea bites. There's a little pinpoint one on the hat, and then around here on the back side on one of the ruffles down in here, there's a couple little flea bites, but overall good condition for her. She was 19. You can type in Bo Peep 19. That's pretty easy to type in, Bo Peep 19, if you want to claim her. And then I did have, you just saw her, the Little Red Riding Hood pose doll. She was 16. So you can put in Little Red or pose doll 16 if you want to claim that. And then the last two things were for choice for the Fuzzy Wuzzy Ducklings or the Fuzzy Wuzzy Waddles, 1945 flocked children's books. They do have a little bit of wear, a few tears, a few bends on the covers. The insides are pretty good condition. So we can do Ducklings 12 for that one, for the Fuzzy Wuzzy Ducklings 12, or Waddles 12 for Fuzzy Wuzzy Waddles. And I believe that was my recap. All right. And we'll get us both back up here. Thank you guys so much. Reminders, both of us are going to be doing invoicing tomorrow. Yes. So you'll see something from both of us at some point tomorrow. Critter Girl, I see you. Thank you so very much. I'm going to write you down for that. Thank you. All right. So invoicing will go out from both of us tomorrow. And Jason has to ship everything before he goes on vacation for the week, next week. All right. So we will email you when your invoices are out there. And reminder for next week, there's going to be a bow sales on my channel next week, since Jason and Tina are going to be on vacation Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Ariana at the Withering Cottage is joining me. We're probably going to be heavy on antique, Victorian, maybe a little kitchen there, but primarily older style of stuff, Withering Woman style stuff, if you will, on Wednesday. And then Misty, Thrifter, Junker, Vintage Hunter is filling in for Jason next Thursday. And that's also going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern. So it's probably going to be more heavy on the kitsch side on Thursday. But both at 7 p.m. next week on my channel. I will get those broadcasts up there in the next couple days. So if you want to set reminders for those, they will be up there very soon. And I might have a pop-up choice sale on Vamp on Friday. Look for that if I can fit it in. I might do a choice sale on Friday. And Jason, Critter Girl's got a question for you.
We did well. We did very good. We did very good. I do think some of the co-sellers did say they felt the economy was a little against them, but everybody that I spoke to reported that they were very pleased, and we look forward to doing it again. And I couldn't have asked for a better sale. So again, like I said earlier, the highlight was getting to meet folks, meet new dealers, meet other people in the business, meet some folks that tune into us. And yeah, so if you guys can ever get there, it is definitely worth it. But yeah, thank you so much for asking. I was very pleased. We did well. We did okay. Covered our expenses, and we had a little extra to eat on the way home. So we're happy.
I know we ate well in Ohio.
We did.
For sure. Beth, to answer your question, VAMP stands for Virtual Antique Marketplace. It's over on the district platform, and that is virtualantiquemarketplace.com. So all vetted sellers over there. That's actually Misty, Thrifter, Junker, Vintage Hunters Marketplace. So yes, that's what VAMP is. Anyway, I forgot I had a little graphic that I could pop up there. All right, we are going to move into our community share. It's just a couple photos from Caroline tonight. I'm going to pop this up there as well. If you guys want to email us in any photos, if you want to be part of our show, we could always use some more. And we just ask that if you send some photos in, make sure to add a brief description in with your photos so we know how to talk about them and whether you would like your name mentioned or to remain anonymous. Okay, so always could use some more photos. Even if it's just one is fine. But if you want to send multiple, that would be fun too. Okay. So the photos I have are from Miss Caroline M. All right, and Caroline was in the chat. Hopefully she's still here. If not, that's okay. I do have some notes to go along with the photos tonight. So the last photos that we had from Caroline were for her Easter display. Yes. So if we remember, we had some big blow molds, and we had plush, and we had ceramics, and all sorts of, and a mixture of new and vintage kind of mixed together. Okay,
she's still here.
So if you remember, there were some like Peep, like bunny blow molds that she had up along the stairs. So this is her cat. Meow meow.
My God.
This is her cat.
Oh my God.
Like a Maine Coon cat.
It does.
Named Lola. And Lola is protesting the removal of the bunnies. I guess she likes to hang out with the blow molds that she puts on the stairway. So really pretty cat. I really like the cat. But she's like, no, don't take my blow molds away. And then the next photo I have, cute. I believe Caroline got this Miss Priss jam jar from me. I really like it stacked on the Pyrex.
That's good.
Snowflake garland, I think, for the top one. And she said that the pink Pyrex and then the stuff in the next photo were gifts that she received. So she said she didn't have any pink Pyrex, so the bottom dish was gifted to her. Works perfect with Miss Priss, the blue and the pink together. And then in the background, the peony, big peony flower. Those are her favorite kind of flowers. And then down here is the next. So the bouquet of flowers were also a gift. And then everything else in the picture was a gift as well. So a Rushton owl.
It's a good gift.
That's a pretty dang good gift, for sure. And she's wanted the green haunted house blow mold for a long time. That's not an easy blow mold to find.
Not in that color.
And then the pink Pyrex, and then also the Frida McFadden books were gifted to her all at once. So that's a pretty good gift. You got some good family members shopping for you, Caroline.
I gotta become friends with Caroline's friends. Those are pretty doggone good gifts.
Right?
That owl is so fantastic.
It's good. That's good. I mean, you just don't run across those Rushton owls every day.
No.
And I really like this. I like the stacking, but Lola the cat is just adorable. So
beautiful cat.
Yes.
Beautiful cat, Caroline.
And she did say that she's going to be sending in. She said they spoiled her. They really did. I agree with that. And Caroline said she's going to send in some more photos when she gets some more summer displays up. So Thank you, Caroline. We appreciate you sending those in. Always love to see what you put together. You've got some creative displays. Really do a good job. Thank you so much for sending those in. All right. Big thank you to Miss Karen G and Kim for helping us out in the chat. As always, you ladies are fabulous. And I know Ruthie's not here tonight, but Ruthie as well when she can pop in. So thank you all so very much. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. I know we went a little bit later tonight. We just appreciate you guys being here and hanging out with us. Jason and Tina, have a wonderful vacation.
We will. We will.
And relax if you can a little bit at the Jersey Shore.
I will. I definitely will. It's been a long couple of weeks. So
I know it'll be fun. And don't forget to come back next week and hang out with Ariana and Misty and I next week. All right. Thank you guys again so much. Have a wonderful rest of your week and weekend coming up. And we will see you. We'll see you back next week. All right.
Thank you, guys.
Good night, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.